is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Get through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio. Yeah!
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday, everybody. Yay, welcome to Thursday.
Dude, what's that blue thing up in the sky?
I know. We still have more rain coming, according to the weather, but like today's a bit of a respite.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're still in flash flood watches till 6 p.m.
Sure.
Today, July the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, happy July.
Yes, welcome to July.
Yeah, but our chances today are like 20%, not like 60 or 70. So I call that a win.
Yeah.
Today. But we still have and then of course UFO Festival.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to that here in a bit. They moved a lot of the outdoor festivity for the UFO Festival indoors, including the Shovel Shepherd concert. That's going to be now in the Convention and Civic Center as opposed to the Wool Bowl. So if you already got your tickets and you go over to the Wool Bowl and like, hey, where's everybody at? They're over at the Convention and Civic Center. I know we've got a list of stuff on our Facebook walls. City does as well. I'll get to it here and during the show and talk about those at some point to get that information out. But just be warned that some things have been moved around for this weekend. So
yeah, had to do a little dancing.
Check before you venture out.
Puddle hopping, so to speak.
But rain, oh shine, it's going to be happening.
Indeed.
So, yeah. I don't know if we Beetlejuiced this into existence yesterday, you and I,
dude,
but maybe we should owe the audience an apology.
I was thinking about this literally after the show. I'm like, what power do we wield?
Because Bill Cosby got out, was released from prison yesterday. I think everyone knows at this point.
Yeah.
But we hadn't uttered or thought about Bill Cosby Wall, and he just so happened to pop into the lexicon of our conversation yesterday.
We literally put it in the ether.
and then hours later, he's out of jail, and I'm like, what happened there?
Literally a technicality.
Yeah.
Because there was a non-disclosure thing from years ago, and he can't be retried, double jeopardy, the whole thing. So it's like it's not because he didn't do what he's in jail for. It's because he admitted that he did what he's in jail for, but because he admitted it in a plea deal, they can't. It's so.
Basically, in order for him to get to say what he said, they said they can't use it against him later, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
And that's why he's not here anymore, or not in prison anymore. But
so, as a result, I've determined that any fans of Community out there, you remember the timelines. I've determined that yes, we are in fact in the darkest timeline, and rain or shine, I'm going to be calling for a group of people to join me on the courthouse lawn this Saturday morning. We're going to be cutting out felt goatees.
all right.
Because this is, in fact, the darkest timeline. I feel like we all need our felt goatees.
Well, meet Sean Saturday morning on the courthouse lawn if you like to wear and don and live your lives on the darkest path there. You have to watch Community to know what he's talking about.
Evil trying, evil bad.
I was going to hit you with an older reference, Beetlejuice. So I think we Beetlejuiced it into happening
Well, now
yesterday.
you said Beetlejuice 3 times on the show, so now he's coming.
Well, I think, we already got Bill Cosby. Maybe
they did that on Community too. So they said the word Beetlejuice over the course of 3 seasons, and on the third time it was said, if you look at the background, Beetlejuice just walks by.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I'll have to take
They were like, hey, this is the third time we've ever said it, and they worked it in as like a meta joke.
I missed that.
That show has everything.
It does. It's the Naked Gun of modern times. That makes sense. Although it's not on the air no more.
No, Dan Harmon has moved on to weirder and crazier things.
There you go. Let me give you a rundown of today's show. We're going to replay an interview this hour. We had the folks from Healthy Kids Chaves County join us yesterday. They brought Andrew Graves along with them, and we talked produce and, of course, healthy kids and food and all that good stuff. So had a awesome conversation with those 3 individuals. We're going to play that for you here in just a few.
Very good.
Then next hour, about 8:15 or so, Joanne Lopez with Job Corps will be joining us, and we'll get an update on what they've got going on. I think
things getting back to open again.
Yeah, they're back into the world of doing stuff because of the world opening up and all that stuff.
It's real complicated the way that works out there. So they have to kind of they're taking a lot more baby steps than the rest of.
There is a lot of more moving parts, which means more red tape, which means more protocols and things that they've got. It's how the world works.
It's a little complicated.
A little bit. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15 or so, we're going to be joined in studio by Pastor Nate Beanoff with Roswell First Church of the Nazarene. They've got an event on July the 4th, Sunday morning, at their services. They've got it's called Hear Our Praises, a worship service celebrating our country and asking God to heal. They're going to, of course, have the Roswell Nazarene Choir. Guest speaker will be Colonel Thomas J. Curtis, retired. He's a former POW in North Vietnam for 7.5 years.
Wow.
He's going to be the guest speaker at their service on Sunday. So Pastor Nate's going to join us, and we'll talk all about that, and of course the church and what's happening over there as well. So plus we'll have all of your hourly features that include the news, both of the local and national variety. Of course our Hannity and Kim Commando and all those features and whatever else we can come up with for today's show.
Indeed.
All right. And we will try not to open up any wormholes and create some nonsense today, like whatever we did with Bill Cosby.
That's the thing
we Beetlejuice that. We
had no way of knowing. We didn't know. Nobody told us the power that we wield. I mean, we know now. And granted, we were walking around putting all kinds of stuff in the ether yesterday. Sure could use $1 million.
That's right.
Wouldn't mind getting a date or two.
Maybe we need to do it on the radio.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
$1 million.
It's got to be put out into the broadcast waves. That's how fate hears it.
Yes. All right, it is 7:13. Let us give you what we call the weather. And hey, I'd say let's put a glass half full on this one, because I think today might not be as wet as other days. But here you go.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got low pressure over eastern New Mexico and lots of moist air coming in, so a few showers or thunderstorms will be possible today. Looks like mid-80s. Maybe a shower this evening, partly cloudy overnight with upper 60s, and then rain chances go up tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms likely and mid-80s. For Saturday, scattered showers and 85. Maybe a few more showers on Independence Day. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 68 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is a little high at 90%. Winds are calm at the moment. We are still in a flash flood watch that's going to remain in effect through 6 p.m. this evening. We do have a 20% chance at some afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, mostly sunny today. Yeah, that's a term we haven't heard in a while. High of 84, so that's going to be nice. I imagine humidity is going to be a bit up because, well, you know, moisture. Then tonight, we're looking at a 20% chance at showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy. Overnight low of 50. 68. I'm sorry. I thought we were going to get cold tonight. No, not that cold. 68. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, our chance of rain bumps back up to 60%. Hence, probably the reason why many of our festivities and what have you are shifting for UFO Fest. But we're looking at a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Mostly sunny. High of 86 on Friday. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. They're saying we could get less than a tenth, except for if a thunderstorm rolls through the area. Friday night, we're looking at a 60% chance of rain, mainly before midnight. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 68. Northeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Saturday, we're looking at a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly for the afternoon. Partly cloudy with a high of 85. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, we're looking at a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Once again, mainly before midnight. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 69. For your Independence Day on Sunday, there's a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Mostly sunny, high of 89. Sunday night, a 70% chance, so pretty strong during the part where people like to shoot fireworks. Might be raining. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 68. And then Monday, day off for many, because that's when many places are officially, recognizing the 4th. 40% chance on Monday, mostly sunny, 86 otherwise there. All right, it is 7:16. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then on the other side, our interview we had with the ladies from Healthy Kids Chaves County. Also, Andrew Graves with Graves Farm also dropped by. Had a great conversation with those three. We're going to play that for you on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
When was the last time you had to tell your kids to pay attention when you were talking to them? Or even worse, to ask your spouse, please pay attention for just a second. There are times where a lack of attentiveness can create a serious problem. If your attention wanders at a certain moment, it could cost you dearly. It's one thing to drift off while talking to your spouse or doing homework or cleaning the house. However, if we drift off in our Christian life, it can have serious consequence. The writer of Hebrews was writing to a second-generation group of Christians. This group of Christians was struggling with many different issues. The main issue they were struggling with was drifting away. It seems they had quit paying attention to what God wanted them to do and what they had been taught. The writer writes, we must pay more careful attention to what we have heard so that we don't drift away in chapter 2. What about us? Are we paying careful attention to spiritual matters? We talk about the importance of paying attention while driving a car because it might save our life. Isn't paying attention to spiritual matters far more important?
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Your home is your sanctuary, and the land it's built on is even more precious. So when termites start devouring your house, you want a proven treatment that's environmentally responsible. You want the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System. The Centricon system is the green way to protect homes from subterranean termites. Rather than surrounding your house with hundreds of gallons of diluted chemical solution, the Centricon system strategically uses just a few grams of active ingredient in termite bait, working with natural termite behavior to destroy termite colonies. With this technology, it's no wonder the Centricon system became the only termite treatment to receive the Presidential Green Chemistry Challenge Award from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. And homeowners rate the Centricon system as the most environmentally sound termite treatment. Your home is your sanctuary, so monitor, bait, and eliminate termites with the Centricon system. Think of it as your own little piece on Earth.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today in Roswell, 623-5344, or anywhere in southeast New Mexico at 877-623-5344.
Well, the geraniums were a little slow at getting started this year, but now they're ready to go. Hi, this is Jim Gill with a lesson in delayed gratification. At Roswell Seed Company, we grow our own geraniums, and that old polar vortex sure slowed them down. But now they may be the sturdiest, most colorful geraniums you've ever put in the ground, so come get yours today. Kind of like your neighbor's son who's still living in the basement. Late bloomers can be the brightest of them all. Or maybe not. Have you seen that kid?
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A group of 12 or more cows is called a flink. If you have only 11 cows, that's called a lot of cow pies. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in studio this morning from Healthy Kids Chaves County, we have Becky Joyce and, of course, Paula Camp back with us. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
And then also Andrew Graves from Graves Farm joining us as well. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's life treating everybody?
Good with the rain.
Pretty good.
Good?
Yeah. Good.
I know it's a, and Andrew's the better expert on this. It's because he's an ad guy. I mean, if anybody's because rain's a good thing. We all hear the country songs. We know all about that. But there is too much of a good thing. I mean, as far as for you guys out at Graves Farm, is this all a blessing, or is it a blessing and a curse at the same time?
Well, when you're a farmer, you can complain about anything.
Sure.
Is the first thing. So, but, we do a lot more than just the vegetables in the garden.
Sure.
And so our main deal is alfalfa.
And it's a nightmare for that?
Yeah, when you cut hay, it's almost like a promise it's going to rain, and, you lose a lot of money when your alfalfa gets rained on, and it's more labor, more time through the field. It's horrible.
Gotcha.
And you would rather it not rained just for that reason. But, of course, we all know that, if it quit raining, we'd all be in trouble.
Yeah. So
right.
we roll with the punches.
Right.
So you got to deal with the hay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, it's a blessing in some aspects too. So we got to remember that. Keep telling ourselves. But maybe we'll get a little bit of a respite tomorrow. Or I was looking, and the chances drop down to like 20% tomorrow. So
yeah, that's good.
That feels.
We've had 5 inches, and I know we've had more here in Roswell, and so it's time for it to go away.
Sure.
And a blessing for all our ranchers. I mean, they don't, they need this for that fall grass to come in and.
Right.
So,
yeah, it'll be a blessing later. Right now,
right.
A lot of dirt kicking and stomping, but later we'll be like, good thing we got that rain back.
Well, and it's good that it came slow too.
That's true.
The last rain we had was awful.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
It floods us, and
10 inches in some places, and none of it.
At least this is a soaking rain.
Yeah.
It may over soak and oversaturate, but it had time to soak.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm guessing too, for us, it's more beneficial too if the mountains get the water too, because that all comes down to us here.
Yeah, it does. Our aquifers here are recharged by the Sacramentos.
Yeah, so
it's always good for the snowpack and the rain up.
Yeah, so that's where it really could use it. So hopefully Lincoln County's getting all of this rain too, and which I think they are from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But that'll bode well for us later here.
Right.
But let's talk about your healthy kids first.
Okay. Well, I just called the rec center this morning to kind of check in with them, and they've got that outdoor pool closed because of the iffiness of whether it's raining or it's not, and so. But they do have the indoor pool open for lap swimming. They have water aerobics, and then all the other recreation parts are open, and then you also can rent the bikes to ride around Cielo Grande. So.
I still think it's nice when it's not raining.
Right.
It's kind of nice out. And
nice.
Go get the bike, and if you got like a couple-hour window, go out there and ride around. And
then
it's not going to be too hot or anything.
Walks in the morning are great on the Spring River Trail, and
there is an advantage to our. It does bring cooler weather.
There you go.
Definitely.
Even though we did some kind of Freaky Friday thing with the Pacific Northwest, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if we peed in the same fountain or what, but they got all our weather and we got all their weather.
Right.
Something happened.
Yeah, it kind of slowed down the Olympic trials a little bit. In Oregon.
So we'll take advantage of some of those perks of getting their weather. Cooler temperatures. You don't feel like you're going to pass out when you walk down the end of the street or nothing here.
Right.
So,
Right. This is the time to get out and walk.
Yeah, absolutely. Take advantage of that.
Yeah.
While we're talking city, I just popped in my head. I want to mention this. Today they were supposed to do the ribbon cutting ceremony for the splash pad at the Carpenter Park.
Oh, right.
That got postponed because of the weather and stuff.
Right.
You don't really need a splash pad to splash right now anyway.
No.
So
Right.
the
Go find a
whole
puddle.
town's a splash pad right now.
But it's exciting that's ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're really
It'll be
happy
kind
for
of
them.
nice because the other one, when it was open, is just kind of like crowded.
Yeah.
So this
Now
will be
they
nice,
can-
kind of spread some of that out and give the kids in that neighborhood.
Sure.
Somewhere
Folks from
to
one
go.
end of town don't have to travel and vice
Right.
versa. They kind of
Sure.
got one a little more centrally located. So
Sure.
it's a good thing. So
We've also been working with Boys and Girls Club.
okay.
We started the 5210 program, which
Okay.
is a 21-day challenge, and we do it with all grade levels in the summertime.
Okay.
During the school year, it's just targeted for third grade.
Okay.
But at Boys and Girls Club, they have quite an age range. So we challenge them to have 5 fruits and vegetables every day, 2 hours or less of screen time, 1 hour of physical activity, and the O is for H2O, drink water.
Okay.
So we had a presentation. Andrea Stapp from 4-H was involved with that, and Amy Steen, and 2 4-H members. I think they're seniors at Roswell High. And they came to the Boys and Girls Club with us, and we presented the program to the kids. So they're in the second week of it.
Okay.
So we're really happy that they're getting exposed to that. They may have already done it in school before, but you can't really do it enough to remind yourself to eat healthy and be active.
Absolutely.
So we're working on that, and hopefully we'll have a lot of medals to give out to kids that complete the program.
Sure.
Yeah, and Amy...
And that rubs off, too, because if the kids are doing it, then maybe the parents will be more likely to participate in things, too.
That's what we're hoping.
Because parents, you never look good, man, when you're like, eat healthy, and then you're chewing on something just god-awful.
Exactly.
And then your best excuse is, well, I'm grown up and I can do it now.
I can do what I want.
Yeah, and it doesn't.
Everybody needs to be healthy.
Kids are too smart it'll stunt your growth line doesn't work anymore.
Right. And Amy Steen is going to be going to the Boys and Girls Club every Thursday she starts tomorrow.
Okay.
And then every Thursday in July, she will be doing a program with them, either on Rethink Your Drink, encouraging, to hydrate with water, or it'll be some kind of nutritious lesson, make snacks.
Lay off the sugars.
And they'll make smoothies and learn how to do it where they still taste good, but they don't have to have a whole lot of sugar in them.
Well, I mean, you're seeing nationally in the news now that we're having kids, teenagers, and even younger than that being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
Exactly.
30 years ago, that was unheard of. That was like, whoa, what are we talking about? And part of there's a lot of factors there, but drinking sodas by the armfuls here, that contributes to that. So when you got kids slamming down those sugared Gatorades, and they don't. I know they have the zero sugar options, and those are better options there. But all those sugary drinks, that's going to add up, and then the ice cream man comes. I don't know if that still happened. My neighborhood did, but
yes,
all right, now I get that, and next thing you know, it's a whole day of just eating junk, and that catches up to you. It's not hydrating as much. I mean, the Gatorades do and stuff, but the purpose of drinking the water, the water's what it does, and
a long time ago, people had gardens.
Yeah,
that was more common. That's why Andrew and his family and people that have that grow vegetables in our area are so important to us, because kids need a way to get that produce and so they can eat healthier. We kind of went the other way, with everything being made ahead of time. And
parents and everybody have more decisions to make now when we go to shopping for food and things like this. Technology has, I think, played a part in that, where you're seeing, because of getting food to wherever, the preserving it to last longer. And it's great for the business industry and getting food to people. But when it comes to the health and nutrition side, that wasn't the concern when they do this. So so when you go buy a like frozen meal,
right,
and just throw that in versus you going home and making the meal, you're not getting the nutrition. You're not getting the same, because that beef or whatever that's in there, it may not be the same quality stuff that's coming up on the farms and the gardens and the ranches and things like that.
Well, and Mike, it's even more so even with the fresh fruit.
Is it like that too?
Yeah, they've done studies. Colleges have done studies on the nutritional value of fresh fruit anymore. And even as far back as 10 years ago, to where it's 100 to 1. One strawberry that is homegrown has more nutrition than 100 strawberries.
Wow!
At the grocery store.
That's crazy. I knew it was bad, but I didn't think it was that bad or that big of a gap.
And you can look that stuff up. I mean, it's commonly.
Which proves the point, when you look for the fresh ingredients when you're going to the grocery store and things. Is it a little pricier? Sometimes it depends. Not always though. It's not always the case. And of course, make a Saturday trip out to the Graves Farm store out there. That's you go. If you got a big family, you have to go more than once. But one or two, you probably get away once a week. But every time I go there, it's something different every time. And you have staples, and like every time, all right, I know I'm going to go there and get whatever. But because it's all over, some days you'll find some great eggs, and other days you might find some great turnips or something. It just depends on what's in season, what's going on, and it's all fresh local stuff. I mean, like the salsas and jellies and stuff are people made from local folks around here. So there's more to have at Graves other than shooting zombies and eating getting pumpkins and doing that stuff. There's some great. You can go out there and I would say a weekly trip out there just to check out the produce and things is worth it. Every family should be doing that.
And not only is it nutritious, kids see where it comes from. Mm-hmm. And then they learn that this is the best way to eat.
It was someone, and I remember I was talking with someone earlier this week, and they were talking about like homegrown produce and how it looks because the the commercial crops, they're pumping them up with the whatever steroids, chemicals, and they making that tomato look like the tomato you think it's supposed to look like,
or the perfect carrot.
And then you got your home garden, and you're growing your tomatoes, or your whatever, and you're like, these don't look like that, but they taste 1,000 times better than that pretty one. So if you want pretty food, or do you want tasty food? I mean,
healthy.
I know Chef Ramsay's going to be like, I want both and do all that. I'm like, no. I'll stick with tasty over pretty, but that's what I mean is you're going to get a better quality product by just going and visit Graves, but then start your own garden. Obviously you can't grow everything Graves can, but if you're a corn lover or a tomato lover, start your own little tomato garden back there and then pick up the rest of the stuff over at Graves.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's definitely the way to go. I mean, the way the world's coming.
Sure.
You need to learn how to grow your food.
You
really need to because the logistics of fruits and vegetables, they're getting further and further away from your home.
Wow.
And so, if anything bad ever happens, you're not going to have any food.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wonder if, because when we had the COVID pandemic here, and of course we had our local farms kind of pick up the slack there a little bit. And I'm kind of like, we should not stop doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why, now that we're getting, just off the top, we had like the meat, the ranchers are like, hey, come, we got beef, we got steak here. Right. You guys are like, hey, come do our, it was better quality stuff, local, right here, I'm like, we got this right. Keep doing this. This is, we're pretty blessed to have, the dairy industry. We got a lot right here.
That's right.
We can we can hold our own for a while if we need to.
We have a unique area here as far as an economy, a full-rounded economy to where we can. And it was good as far as that goes. We saw some benefits from it. And, 50, 100 years ago for sure, you did grow all of your own food, and it really should be the same way.
I think we need to talk to our leaders here, our school leaders, our city, county leaders, and say, hey, maybe we need to think about, utilizing our local resources here as our sources for food and things. A, it's healthier. B, logistics. I got to imagine a little easier to get food locally than it is to get food from Pango. I got to imagine it is. And then we're supporting and building and our own economy. We're doing. I mean, it's making us self-sufficient. So regardless of what goofiness happens in the world, at least our little bubble, we've got our people protected.
Yeah, we have our
That's a good thing.
Market coming up.
Exactly. There's July 10th, a week after all the UFO stuff this weekend. Right. Next Saturday will be the first farmers market, and it'll be every Saturday morning, 7 to 11. That's kind of the just a tip. If you're going for produce,
I know what you're going to say.
Be there at 7. You think you're going to roll in there at 9 o'clock in your pajamas trying to check out? People are going to beat you to the punch. So there's going to be cool stuff that you can get. But if you're there to get your produce on, be there at 7.
Right. And Andrew, the Graves Farms has.
Yeah, you guys are always one of the
we go
staples
to the
out there.
Market, absolutely. And of course, if you miss that, you can always come to the farm.
Yeah.
Right now we've got squash and zucchini and maybe some cucumbers coming off of the garden, but it won't be long. Probably another month we'll be in full swing.
Okay, so hold out. I mean, come out and do all that, but come each week because more produce, more varieties, more quantities. There'll be, as the season happens, there'll be more and more stuff coming here. So here's the pro move. If you sleep in, and space out on it. Go out there, get your breakfast burrito, roll in at 8, 9 o'clock, get your breakfast burrito, maybe hit some of the nonprofits, and then drive your butt on out to Graves Farm and go get the good produce after all this stuff's gone.
Exactly.
And he says the chili's looking good.
All right, chili season looking good.
Yeah, the rain actually was really beneficial for the chili.
So bad for alfalfa, good
bad
for chili.
For alfalfa, the chili's loving it. So
well, I know your ranchers and stuff probably not too happy about that statement.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of Roswellians going, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I can't eat cow. I'll eat green chili.
That's right.
Exactly. And, that's why we try to promote school gardens. Mm-hmm. That's why we have our New Mexico Grown Week where we highlight fruits and vegetables that are, purchased locally and from New Mexico. Mm-hmm. And, you mentioned getting people to support it. The legislature in New Mexico has been very supportive of New Mexico Grown.
Good.
And Dexter will receive, I believe, $6,000 this year to buy locally grown produce. Good news, Andrew.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And
that's absolutely.
RISD got $13,000 because they're much larger.
I know our state likes to incentivize people to come and do things here. I'm like, well, let's incentivize people in here to come do things for us, too.
And they're trying to do that because, hunger is a very, very important issue that has to be addressed.
And it shouldn't be.
No, not in this day
It should
and age.
not be. Our country and our resources and everything, we're the most blessed country on the planet. I don't think any of us can deny that.
Right.
This should not be a problem in 2021. We got lots of other problems. Getting people food should not be one of them.
Exactly. So we want to do everything we can. There's a New Mexico Grown Town Hall meeting this afternoon. It's a Zoom meeting from 2 to 4.
Okay.
And we're going to have it on our Facebook page. So anyone that's interested could get on that. You just have to, register with your name, who you are, and you'd be able to participate in that and see what farmers are doing around New Mexico. Andrew will be on it from our area, and I'm sure up north. Of course, they have the advantage of having more farms up there. But I think it'd be real interesting for people to see because this is the whole point. Trying to get people to learn to be more self-sufficient with their eating and make healthier choices. And that's why our school gardens are so important. Mm-hmm. We're so happy that we have Pecos and Nancy Lopez really rocking.
Right. And we thought we had a community garden going in Lake Arthur, and then they had a little problem with gophers.
Oh.
The gophers ate everything.
Right. So
everything.
Yeah. So
Man.
It was kind of an experiment. First time they'd done that. And
Sounds like Lake Arthur needs to come up with a gopher recipe.
That sounds yummy.
Right. So,
but they're going to relocate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Change
to my belly, doesn't it? Sorry, I mean, that's all the PETA people up there.
Yeah, it would.
They're gonna not like your gopher.
That's right. The farmer gardeners are like, yeah, eat that gopher.
That's right. They were so shocked, and they were going to have a pumpkin plant today, but obviously they're rained out.
Yeah.
They were going to have invite kids to come up, and they would offer them pumpkin seeds and get their pumpkins going for the fall.
So might have to wait a week or two here.
Yes, till it dries out a little bit. But that's up and coming, which is a great thing.
Sure.
And Hagerman, we have gardens in Hagerman, and Cody Montez, the FFA teacher down there, is helping us with that.
Okay, cool.
She gets her kids out there and they help, till it up and get it ready. And the kids, if they can plant, if they can't, they plant for them, and then the kids take care of it.
Okay.
Their summer school is July, doesn't start till July.
Okay.
So it'll start, I guess, Monday.
All right.
So they're going to get going with that too. And then at Dexter, Shelley Montgomery that comes with us, she started an herb garden.
Oh, cool.
To help with the cooking, to put in her cafeteria.
I could donate to Bob Ross to put some herbs on if we want to make Bob Ross herb head.
There you go. What did we buy for her to grow? Cilantro,
parsley, dill,
oregano.
Okay.
That kind of thing for
staples.
seasoning. And so she has that going. And
Great.
she sent us a picture, which has it been on Facebook or it will
Not
be?
yet, yeah.
It will be.
Well, that's great because that's how you could teach kids
Yes.
to like things they don't like. You know, and it's like, okay, yeah, that broccoli stinks, doesn't it? Let's put some of these seasonings on it and let's see how that broccoli tastes. You know?
Exactly.
And it doesn't have to be cheese all the time either.
No,
I know
it
the
doesn't
craft
have
people
to
want to
be.
tell you that, but it doesn't have to be cheese. There's other things you can put on broccoli that make it taste
True.
good. And I ain't gonna lie, cheese is delicious on it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And if that gets you started eating it, that's okay.
Well, here's the difference. Go grab, again, whole cheese, real cheeses. Don't get the Velveeta goo that's sort of cheese and sort of 20 other things.
Right.
And that's the
Try
difference.
not to choose processed.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Not
You know,
natural.
go to that section in the deli that they have hunks of cheese, and you go buy and then go over to the appliances or the
Right.
pots and pan section. They have a thing called a cheese grater. Be careful.
Right.
If you don't use it right, you might get a finger. But they have these little grates on them, and then you put that block of cheese and you rub it right up against that thing, and then at the bottom, shredded cheese comes out, and then you can put it on your
Does
pizza.
it come grated?
Yeah, it doesn't come off the
Oh,
cheese tree like that.
Yeah.
So grate it, and then you can put it on your pizza or wherever you're gonna do there. You know,
Right. It'll make it better for
But
you.
that's been good with our gardens at like I think we've mentioned before at Pecos. They have grown strawberries and carrots and squash and different things, and the carrots come out and they're funny shapes. I
Oh,
mean,
man.
like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And but we took those carrots and took them to our cafeteria over at Goddard, and Kim Meeks had her staff cook them, and then they take them back to Pecos, just to Pecos. 'Cause
Sure.
they're the ones who
They're the
grew 'em.
ones that was their fruit
And
of their
then
labor.
the kids actually got to eat what they had grown, and
that's
it's
cool.
That
so
is cool.
Yes.
surprising that they're like, whoa, that's what a carrot looks like. You know, they
And
didn't even
that's
know
what
what
it
it looked
tastes
like
like.
when they
Yeah.
pulled it out of the ground, and it was great. And they even had different colored carrots, and,
Blue.
you know, yeah, some purples. And
Good.
So it was neat to see from the start to when they actually got to eat it. And,
Sure.
And then they put butter and some things on it to kind of give it, but they
Something
really
of
are
familiarity to 'em.
They're
Yeah.
sweeter.
Right.
Those,
Oh yeah,
They
they're
have
way
a better
tastier
you
than
know,
they're.
than a carrot, like some carrots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it was-
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have to douse them in ranch dressing because you know to get
you
some
don't. You
taste
just
on.
want to eat the vegetable.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we need more of that, you know, where the kids actually, a lot of them don't know that cheese doesn't just come in a bag grated, you know,
Right.
or, you know, the things that Andrew was talking about being processed and how they aren't as healthy. And so hopefully,
And
I think that turn it's kind of coming around.
Well,
there's-
we got into an age of convenience, and that's
right.
where that's kind of taking that step back. It's just
Right.
easier for families to go through the drive-through real quick, or pick up that frozen lasagna and throw it in the oven for an hour and sit down. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do sometimes, but it's a bad thing to do every night. That's
Well-
where it's a problem.
And society changed. 50 years ago, a lot of women worked at home.
That's true too.
And then now
Someone had the time to prep and
they
do all
had
the things that
more
require.
time to cook. But now,
You guys have actually a lot of great things to be, because I get it. People are like, you think I'm going to sit there and cut all that up and do all? Yeah, let me get to the list of 37 other things I got to do today.
Exactly.
But there's ways to do that. You can pre-cook, like, sometimes your weekends free up. All right, maybe that's a good time to open up the grill up your meat for the week, maybe cut up your
Right.
vegetables and
Think
things
ahead.
you need, your fruits, and get that done. Put together some salads and things that you can put in a bag or vacuum seal up, and that way, when Monday night and kids got soccer, baseball, and 27 other things, you just pull one of those bags out of the freezer, heat it up, and voila, fresh food ready
and
for dinner.
that saves money. If you buy in bulk, go to Andrew's place and buy corn. Blanch it, get it off the cob. You can freeze those.
Sure.
And then you have fresh produce.
You can make your own
for
quick
your meal.
fixins that are
Yes.
way fresher and healthier with
Yes.
fresh products rather than wait for Stouffer's or someone else to do
Yeah,
it for you.
absolutely. That's actually one of my goals.
Yeah.
Is to go a whole year without buying anything from a grocery store.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
So we're-
That's
we're
Is
great.
there,
kinda
is there a
inward.
go-to you have to have that you haven't learned how to figure out to grow or make yet?
Well, there's quite a few, but
Well, like I have to. Like you said, I ain't doing this till I got this. Because I ain't missing a whole year without this.
Yeah, sweet corn.
Sweet corn?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Can't live without my sweet corn.
Well, I think you're pretty set up to nail that one.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm okay with that one. And then, we do the green beans.
You don't have to learn how to brew beer or nothing yet.
No. I'm actually lucky. I don't actually drink.
Okay, so one less out there.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm telling you, all you people that brew your own stuff, stop. You don't know what you're doing. It's garbage. And you get foo-foo with it. There's only so many names you can put on these things. And for the love of God, man, do we got to stop putting pumpkin and everything on it in the fall? Come on. There is other fall flavors than pumpkin. What? You know what? Y'all want to be hipsters with all that stuff? Be hipsters with food. Go plant your own gardens, do your little hipster thing, and guess what? That's going to be way more beneficial than you making your stupid beer that nobody cares about except you.
And what about, Andrew, what about canning?
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Canning and jarring mainly is what we're doing. And then, of course, we try to stay away from freezing as much as possible because, it only lasts 2-3 years.
Yeah, depending on.
As opposed to canning and jarring that can last 20.
My biggest hurdle, do you can meats? Because that's the one I know, like Amish and all, they do all that meat canning. I'm like, I don't know if I can get past that one.
Yeah.
That one's a bit
I have
rough.
not tried that.
Yeah.
Yet.
I know that's big in Amish world. They can meats, among other things. But because I see the shows, I get all, hold on, we got an EAF. Sorry, that was a test. Hey, let's wait till we got a flash flood warning going on to send out an EAS test. Let's make people more nervous. Yeah, good job there, geniuses. Sorry.
Tell it like it is, Mike. Tell it like it is.
Sorry.
And I think, going back to the canning, I believe that the Extension office used to teach a class in canning.
Yeah, in fact, they probably still do or would if anybody was interested.
Right.
And I think that's something that would be very important.
Yeah, to us, and you were talking about convenience because, the bottom line is you need to be eating local food for health benefits if you don't do anything else.
Sure.
Right.
If you don't do anything else, eating local or from your backyard vegetables will benefit your health.
I heard like honey's the big one there. Like if you eat local honey versus just off the shelf honey, the benefits and everything is night and day. I mean, it's a drastic difference.
Yeah, absolutely. The honey's a huge thing, and of course, the price just keeps going up because we're having problems keeping bees, and we keep having colony collapses and things like that to where pesticides on a commercial possibly could be the reason. We don't know why there's colony collapse, but
I will say this: if you live particularly out in the county, but anywhere if you're living and you see a big nest or anything form, please just don't kill it, knock it down. Call the Bob Reeds out there, because what they'll do is they'll say, no, that's hornets. Let's need to get them. No, those are the bees. If you just let them hang, they migrate and go, or we can get our bee guys out and move them to a more suitable location.
Yeah.
But if you do come across that at your own property, just don't buy chemicals and kill them. Make sure that they're the kind that they're not pests. They're we don't want to kill the helpful ones. We just want to get rid of the pests. So
yeah, and sorry, I kind of got off that train of thought. But as far as I was saying, the convenience of the canning and jarring, because for me, one time a year we put up green beans, or we put up sweet corn, or we put up black-eyed peas, or whatever it is we're doing. I do it once, and it's a lot of work for that day. But then it sits on a shelf, and every time I want it for a side dish, I go open a can and pour it into or put it in the microwave or into a pot to heat.
It's now a quick fix, instant meal. Yeah.
So it is convenient.
Yes, it is super convenient.
You just got to prep it and do it yourself.
That's right.
And you can make that a fun family thing. Make all right, the third Saturday of the month is Family Canning Day, and we all sit and we get our food for the month right there, or pick whatever is your
if
thing.
People would just do it once. If they just try it, take one vegetable, do it once. it's really fun to do, and especially if you've got other people doing it or a family.
Pick something familiar to you too, like if
like
it's
the green beans.
Yeah, pick something you know and love.
Black-eyed peas.
You don't have to grab something weird off the get-go. Grab something you know and love, and you tried and true, and you give it a try.
See how convenient it is during the year.
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
maybe you'd be ready to try more. You know.
And I know we all have sweet tooths and things, but you know what? You can make that stuff too, and it's a lot better for you. That honey we were talking about, that'll fix a lot of sweet tooth.
No, you can make jellies and jams. Are always really good to can.
Yeah. So. We're running out of time here. I just happened to look at the time here, but hopefully a few people listen. Maybe got a few wheels turning up in their heads and saying, you know what, and you know what. You know, you always hear the saying, how do you eat an elephant? And you can't eat one bite at a time. Eating healthy is the same kind of way. If you do the some people cold turkey and drastic, some people work that way, but most of us don't. Gradually incorporate more of this stuff and your body will start changing, and the foods too. Your body will crave the food you put it in. Yeah, it's going to hate the salad or whatever the first but if that's your regular staple, when you stop doing it, your body's going to be like, no, I'd rather have the salad than the Twix bar.
You'll feel better.
You will.
A salad
and
makes
Andrew,
you
what
feel
are
better.
your hours at Graves Farm?
Right now, they're 8:30 to 5:30 Monday through Saturday.
Very good. Come on out to Graves Farm. You can go to the website too.
Yeah.
Is it gravesfarm.com?
And Facebook too, and it's gravesfarm.com.
Yeah, you can go and learn. That way you can, and of course, if you have any questions, you can call the number. They'll be happy to. By the way, when you come out to the market, they accept EBT and all that stuff. So
and double up bucks.
Yeah, so they do all of that. So you can use.
Do you do that at the store as well?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so you can use that assistance to get healthy foods right there. You don't have to buy the Cheetos on the store.
Exactly.
Take your EBT card out there and go get you some produce. Go
chili will be ready mid-August.
There you go.
Looks like mid-August.
Right? And you get friends when you have chili in your house.
And then we'll be open Sundays when the chili starts.
Nice. And by the way, if you love roasting yourself and all that, you can do that. But if you don't, let the folks at Graves, they'll roast them and do all that stuff too.
They freeze it.
Yeah.
And I've sent it to my son.
Yeah, are you guys able to still ship and all that too?
Oh, yeah.
I know.
We haven't had any problems.
Because I know I've got a few family members that don't live here. They don't live here. They come visit and they got in love with green chili, so they get like the Graves website, and so they get their own green chili.
I sent it to my son, no matter where. He was in Michigan one summer working, and even in Texas, he's like, chili's not as good.
Yeah.
It's not.
So I've sent it over there, and so it's.
Don't eat that Colorado green chili. That mess is
yuck.
Yeah, what is that about?
That's a cuss word around here.
That's like going to Alaska for beach time. That's just dumb.
Right. That's not good.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see y'all next time.
Okay.
More effective. In fact, Centricon is proven to eliminate the termite colony. Termites are gone with Centricon. No more colony, no more problem. Visit Centricon.com.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today in Roswell, 623-5344, or anywhere in southeast New Mexico at 877-623-5344.
Coming up on the next edition of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show, looks like the Delta variant may not be quite what the media is leading everyone to believe. We'll get updates from experts and more.
Also, the Democrats want all of your statues gone. How dare you have been imperfect in the history of our country based on 21st century standards? We will discuss that and more, plus the Bill Cosby fallout. It'll be the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show.
Travis and Sexton are on Roswell's Talk FM weekdays at 10. Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 7% of American adults, roughly 16.4 million Americans, believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. We don't know if they asked them where strawberry milk comes from. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:53. UFO Festival, everything getting underway. Kind of unofficially tonight, really. But we'll talk about that here in just a second. But with the weather, that's prompted some location changes and some other event changes for the UFO Festival. This Saturday, all right, let's kind of see. In addition, The event schedule that's part of the UFO Festival, here's some of the changes. The Saturday night, July 3rd concert featuring Cheval Shepherd has been moved indoors to the Roswell Convention and Civic Center at 912 North Main. That's Saturday night. The Intergalactic Cinema Experience, that's the movies they're going to be showing each night beginning tonight through, it's actually tonight, Friday night, and Saturday night. Those movies out at Cielo Grande, the free movies, they are still showing them, but they're going to be, again, at the Convention and Civic Center, not out at the Cielo Grande area as originally planned. The various vendors participating in the festival will also be moved to the Convention Center. So that's where kind of a lot of the big outdoor stuff that was going to be happening, they're moving indoors. Saturday's July 3rd Alien Golf Tournament, that has been canceled. So if you were signed up to participate in that, your time just got freed up. The Alien Chase, scheduled for Saturday, July 3rd, that's been postponed. The races for the runners and walkers that's been rescheduled to July 17th. The City of Roswell's 4th of July celebration on Sunday will take place now at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. It's a free event that will feature a concert from Bad Moon Rising, a Creedence Clearwater Revival tribute band, CCR band, followed by a laser show featuring the entertainment group The Dancing Fire. All other UFO festival events will take place at their originally scheduled locations. Updated schedule details can be found at the UFO Festival's website, which is ufofestival.com. With the exception of the Thursday night movie, the festival takes place Friday through Sunday, July 2nd to the 4th. The weather forecast includes significant rain chances through Saturday, but the outdoor outlook for precipitation Sunday is expected to decrease. So this is and matter of fact, tune in tomorrow morning about 7:15. Juanita Jennings, Public Affairs Director for the City of Roswell, will join us and go over these updates and anything else that's been moved around or changed, or any additional changes, anything that's happened. She'll let us know in the morning too. So, but that's what we got there as far as changes there. And speaking of Cheval Shepherd and her concert Saturday night, the Roswell Community Little Theater, they're hosting a Battle of the Bands. They've had bands sign up, and they are doing their Battle of the Bands Friday night, and the winner of that will be the opening act for Cheval Shepherd on Friday. Matter of fact, last night, I just saw it a few minutes ago here. Last night, Chris Whipperman, who we've had on the show many times here with the Community Little Theater, put out a little video to promote the event. So I figured I'd just play his, since he's got all the information there. So here's Chris Whipperman talking about the Battle of the Bands happening tomorrow night.
Roswell Community Little Theater here, where we are gearing up for the Battle of the Bands. We've got some rehearsals going on here right now. Battle of the Bands, Friday night at 7 p.m. Roswell Community Little Theater. That's 1717 South Union. It's $5 at the door. Winning band will open for Cheval Shepherd Saturday night at the Wool Bowl. So awesome prize for the first place winner here. And as you can see, we got some great music, and it's going to be a lot of fun, folks. Come down and join us, please. Roswell Community Little Theater, Friday night, 7 p.m., 1717 South Union. Roswell.
There we go. That was Chris. The only difference there is the Cheval Shepherd concert will now be at the Convention Center as opposed to the Wool Bowl here. So, but everything else, that's tomorrow night out at the Roswell Community Little Theater. There in the Plains Park Shopping Center. Used to be I remember it as when I moved here back in 2000, it was the Park Twin Theater. That's what we called it. And they had the Allen Theaters, because they didn't have the big Galaxy 8 behind the mall. They had a fourplex in the mall when I got here. The Chinese restaurant and the Del Norte Shopping Center on North Main there by Ace and all that. That was the Del Norte Twin, and there was a twoplex there, and then, of course, the Park Twin. And then when, I don't know, about 10, 15 years ago? It's been a while. It was probably, about 2005 maybe? So, yeah, it's been over 15 years when they built the Galaxy 8 there behind the mall. So But yeah, it's right there behind. It's right across the street there on what is that? McGaffey Hobbs. I can't remember which road. I'm bad at the roads. Right across in that Dollar General there, right behind the Epic Cinema 10 and all that good stuff there. So that's tomorrow night. Go out there and support your favorite bands, and $5 entry fee, and then you can vote for your favorite bands. And who knows? Maybe your band will be the one opening for Shovel Shepherd tomorrow night out at the convention center. Stay tuned. Next hour, here about 8:15 or so. Joanne Lopez with Job Corps is going to be joining us and give us an update on what's going on there. They're opening up, getting ready to do what they do, and helping young folks here in our community get that foundation for their future. So we'll talk with Joanne next hour. And then don't forget, in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to have Pastor Nate Beanoff with Roswell First Church of the Nazarene talking about their July 4th service featuring retired Colonel Thomas J. Curtis, who is a former POW in North Vietnam for 7.5 years. He's going to be the guest speaker at their service on Sunday. So we'll talk with them in the 9 o'clock hour. All right, it is time for Town Hall News. You're listening to 106.5, Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news. Do not go away.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Biden and the First Lady have arrived in Florida, where they'll be touring the scene of the high-rise condo building collapse. The death toll has risen to 1,145 people, still unaccounted for. To mask or not to mask, the Centers for Disease Control and newly released guidance says that those who have been vaccinated can gather indoors in public spaces without masking up.
If you are vaccinated, you are safe from the variants that are circulating here in the United States. That's what CDC Director Rochelle Walensky told NBC today. It runs counter to advice coming from the World Health Organization and Los Angeles County health officials. They recommend people wear masks when gathering indoors.
Talking about their July 4th
Walensky
service
stresses the CDC has said before local policymakers should set their own
Thomas
standards.
J.
Her
Curtis
guidance echoes other health experts who say the current vaccines have proven effective even against the Delta variant. Bob Agnew reporting.
Former President Trump says that we were so close to having a permanently secured southern border, but he says the Biden administration took care of that.
You could have completed the wall in a couple of months, and they decided not to.
Mr. Trump speaking during his visit yesterday to the border in Texas. Dropping 51,000 last week, the number of people applying for unemployment now at its lowest level since the start of the pandemic last year. Applications totaled 364,000 last week. Applications have fallen more or less steadily since the start of the year. Last week's drop in jobless claims was steeper than economists had been expecting. On Wall Street this morning, stocks have been bouncing between small gains and modest losses. Right now, the Dow is up 86 points, while the Nasdaq is down 5, and the S&P trading 9 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Are you dealing with personal or business tax issues with the IRS? Does the thought of wage garnishments, bank levies, tax penalties, or having to engage with the IRS worry you? Owing taxes to the IRS or state can be stressful, and ignoring them can make your situation worse. At Federal Tax Law Group, we help individuals and businesses reduce debts and negotiate with the IRS Fresh Start program. Our assistance can save you from drowning in taxes and may even keep you free of prosecution. With over 2 decades of experience, our tax professionals understand your needs and will customize a tax solution that's in your best interest. Call Federal Tax Law Group at 800-500-9172 for a free consultation to discuss resolving your tax problem. That's 800-500-9172. Again, 800-500-9172. Or visit us online at federaltaxlawgroup.com.
A vaccination passport scheme has taken effect across the European Union. And no shot, no entry.
It's a digital certificate that you can print out or you can download on your phone. It's got a QR code on it, and that QR code can be scanned by airline officials, by border control officials. They can scan it and see if you're green, if you can come in. And before, you had vaccine certificates that were being issued in lots of different languages. So this is trying to streamline everything.
The BBC's Bethany Bell. Israel, a world leader in coronavirus vaccinations, reporting its highest daily infection rate in 3 months as it scrambles to contain the spread of the new Delta variant. Authorities are racing to vaccinate children and are considering tighter travel restrictions at the country's main airport. News and analysis at townhall.com. Only 2 Republicans, Representatives Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, back creating a select committee to investigate the attack on the Capitol.
While 35 House Republicans voted last month to create an independent bipartisan commission to investigate January 6th, only 2 of them endorsed a House Select Committee in the largely party-line 222 to 190 vote. Neither Cheney nor Kinzinger has ruled out the possibility of serving on the committee if asked by Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who has indicated she may include a Republican among her 8 picks for slots on the 13-member panel. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy will be able to name 5 members to the Select Committee. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
The historic heat wave that has scorched the Northwest and parts of Canada in recent days could turn out to be an historic killer. More than 480 unexplained deaths reported in British Columbia from last Friday through yesterday. The average number over a 5-day span is 165. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The news
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to it.
The penultimate day of your week.
The word sunny is in the forecast today.
Sunny!
Yeah.
Soak it in.
And there is some.
There's like
blue sky.
A little bit of blue.
Mm-hmm.
A hint of blue.
But we do have rain chances. Not as big today.
No.
More so later again, but not so much today. But
yeah, so if you got to get something done in the sun, get it done right now.
Yep. Sun's out, guns out.
Hot boy summer. Fat daddy summer.
Oh, man.
Yeah, fat daddy summer might actually be my new favorite descriptor. I'm going to try to make that happen.
You know, speaking of, I was... you know me and my wormholes.
Mm-hmm.
There was one that was like the 30 coincidences, and there was one that made me laugh.
Okay.
There was a picture. It was from a wedding. There's the bride. There is 6 women on either side of her, all wearing the same dress. And you're thinking, oh, they're the bridesmaids. No, they were 6 guests that just happened to be at the wedding wearing the exact same dress. And it's but weird.
That right there, that's when Walmart has a sale. They're like, oh, I do got a wedding coming up.
I mean, I get 1 or 2 wearing the same, but 6?
I used to play this thing on my show called Stuff Southern Women Say. And there was always the Walmart lady. So you can buy those dresses by the 6-pack up at the Walmart.
Well, they must have split one because they were all wearing.
Go get yourself a case of dresses and come on down to the wedding.
Hey, when are we going to get like Idiocracy where the clothes just come out of that box?
Yeah, out of the box.
Put them...
Right?
I want my NAS t-shirt.
What is it? Promo gear or something like that?
Yeah. Well, they had one for Nasty. There was one for, of course, Brondo.
Yeah. The Tarleton's.
Yeah, the Tarleton's. I think Nasty is my favorite one.
Yeah, Nasty was good. Go away, baiting.
Oh man, but I just found that picture. I don't know something about it. I was like, really?
So here's the thing. There used to be, and I can talk about them now because they're out of business. There used to be a store in town called Factory to You.
I remember them.
They had really cool, decent clothes, really affordable prices. It was like the one place that, like, when I was in high school, my parents were like, "Hey, we can go buy clothes here." And they sort of fit me. The problem is they were very, very unique styled clothing to where if you saw someone in school with the same logo shirt, you're like, "Oh, you went to Factory to You also." It's like immediately you can pick them out of a crowd. It's like you knew the Factory to You kids.
Yeah, because they were a chain. Because I remember seeing them in Alamogordo the first time, the Factory to You, and I remember going in there, and this have been in the late '90s. So when I walked in there, I was like, "Yeah, if you want to dress like Parker Lewis Can't Lose, then this is the store for you." I don't know if it changed it later on time, but when I walked into them in the late '90s, it was. Yeah, Parker Lewis. And now there's people going, "Who's Parker Lewis?" It was a very obscure show that lasted maybe 2 seasons on Fox.
Go ahead and Google it. That kid, yeah. That's the one. Okay. There's also something that kids today I don't think will actually fully grasp or understand, and that's shopping at outlet stores. Did you ever...
I just did some this weekend.
Really?
Or when I was in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So not this weekend, a
so
couple weeks ago.
We used to go to, my mom used to drive like halfway to Santa Fe when we lived in Albuquerque to the Bugle Boy outlet store.
Oh, Bugle Boy.
Bugle Boy outlet. Boy.
I was Bugle Boyed up in high school.
Tell you what, and the beauty of outlet store shopping is they would get the mistake clothes. So you'd get like the ones with like the 3-leg pants or like, the crotch was like inseamed wrong.
Why is your pocket upside down?
Yeah, stuff like that. To where it's like, oh, these are time. They're like a time bomb. To where if I bend in just the right way, the crotch of these things is going to blow. And it's probably going to happen in the middle of school during choir performance.
Bugle Boy jeans had so many pockets, if I remember right. Mine seemed to have pockets and zippers.
Well, the Bugle Boys that I had were the like one of the first ones I ever had with the side pocket.
Yeah. With a zipper, if I remember right.
I think mine had the Velcro.
See, I had a pair that weren't jeans; they were pants, like a khaki, darker. But they had the cargo pockets. But if I remember right, they were zippers. All of them they weren't buttons; they were all zippers.
See, I remember the Velcro ones.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Maybe there was some. Maybe I had some Velcro, but I'm pretty sure I had some zipper ones.
I do remember zip off pants, the ones with that would turn into shorts.
Oh yeah,
and there was a weird time where like kids would wear them in different ways. Like you take the leg off and have like one short leg and one long pants leg, or then like you take the cuff down just to the ankle to where it's like covering up just the shoe.
Well, like when I was a kid for shoes, like my mom would never go to the place where they sold Nikes and everything else. I did convince her to not go to Kmart to get shoes. I was like, I can't go to Kmart, Mom. They're called Made Pops. I'll get made fun of. I can't do that. So the compromise was to take me to a place called what was the name of that? It was like Fava or Flava. It was like a Payless shoe store kind of place. Okay, but they were chain, and I can't remember what they were called. But they their brand was Olympians.
Oh, okay.
And I wore a lot of Olympians. My friends, a couple of them also, they had Whalers too. That for a minute there, they had Whalers, and I could be like, all right, I'll wear the Whalers, and people won't make fun of me with the Whalers. Whalers, if you remember, they look like pumas, but instead of the puma stripe, they have a whale. And we called them Whalers.
Ooh,
yeah,
fancy.
Yeah. So you could kind of get away. They were kind of like British Knights a little, like you know how British Knights kind of got a little popular. They were in that genre of shoe. But what reminded me all of this was my friend. I didn't get them because I wasn't cool enough to get these Olympians.
Right.
My friend got a pair of high top Olympians.
Okay.
This was 9th grade because we were in gym class, and that's why I remember we had to go to the locker room and all, change and all that horror. His high tops zipped off to low tops. You could zip off the high top and make it a low top.
And it was the Olympian.
That's really cool.
It was.
There's no real use to it,
but still, people make fun of you because there was Olympian on the side instead of Nike swoosh.
Oh,
you know.
Yeah, no, ours was Rydell. I do remember like when we'd go to like later on down the line we'd go to like the Ross or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I learned that like I had no idea certain companies made shoes. Did you know Tommy Hilfiger made shoes?
Mm-hmm.
I own a pair.
Yeah, I've seen them.
And
Levi's.
Levi's shoes seriously are like my favorite style of shoe.
Yeah, I'm
lower, the longer ones.
I'm weird about shoes. I have like I sneaker wise, I'll either wear like New Balance or Adidas. That's about my jam.
Fair enough.
I do like Skechers. I'll wear those on occasion, and then I just whatever casual shoe that is not a train wreck and is comfortable and doesn't look bad. I don't care what brand it is. I'll just buy it. If the price is right.
I've reached that point in my life where it's now a point of pride of how little I've actually spent on my shoes. Like that's a brag to me. My brother will send me pictures of like his Nikes. My brother's a sneakerhead. And he has like 7 pairs of like $500 a piece Nikes.
Well, that's what someone was telling me. I was like, I just bought Jordans. Like, what are Jordans going for nowadays? He goes, I paid $165 for mine, and I'm like, that's low end. So, but yeah.
No, I've seen them for like $10,000 and more. But yeah, I pride myself on spending $9 for a pair of shoes or $13 or whatever.
My sweet jam, $40. That's like where I'm like, if I'm around 40, I'm like, spot. That's a good.
You're getting a quality shoe, but you're not spending so much that you can't replace it if something devastating happens.
Now, if it's a specialized thing for a certain thing, then I'm coining up the 100 or 200 or whatever it is for it. But for my dayers, I mean, like, these shoes I'm wearing right now,
right?
These little slip-on leather jobbers. I've had these about 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
10 years?
Yeah. These are Dockers, actually.
10 years.
At least. And I think I'm lowballing it. I think I've had them longer than that.
You do so little moving around.
Well, no, I just have
the inside of those isn't even worn.
I have a lot of shoes, so I wear them in phases.
For like 4 months, I've had these.
Well, I generally wear these when it's winter or wet because they're leather, and so I can step in puddles and don't get my feet wet with these.
Don't wear these in this weather.
By the way, delightful smell. You can smell if you want.
I'm good, thanks. I'm all set.
It smells like nothing. That's how good I am. It smells like you smell nothing.
See, it's weird the things that you choose to flex on when you've reached a certain age. Kids, you can laugh all you want. You'll be here one day. You will. You will truly be here.
Yeah, that you could serve food out of that shoe.
I would challenge you to do the same, but bear in mind my shoe got wet in the last 48 hours.
I was born at night, but last night I'm not doing that move.
The operative word is musty.
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 Musty chic. Let me give you the rundown.
I was going to say, should we do like a rundown or something?
I haven't even done that.
Musty chic is probably where you should shut that door.
Hey, everybody, my shoes smell great. Just wanted to tell everybody.
All right.
Smells like a spring breeze in there. Let me give you the rundown. Weather, we're going to do that here in a minute. Then in just a little bit, we'll have Joanne Lopez join us with Job Corps, and we'll get an update, talk all about what they, as they get ready to get back to business here. So we'll talk with Joanne here in just a little bit. Later on, we'll get you up to date with the local news, along with your town hall business update and whatever else we can come up with for today's show.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget, I mentioned them a little bit last hour, but don't forget, due to the rain coming in and more of that, they've moved some venues around for UFO Festival. Big one of note would be the Shovel Shepherd concert. That's not at the Wool Bowl. That's going to be at the Convention and Civic Center Saturday night. Go to the city's website. Go to ufofestival.com to learn the updated schedule and everything. Juanita Jennings, Public Affairs Director, is going to drop by 7:15 tomorrow, and we'll talk about this and any other updates and changes. But like if you're going to go out to the movie tonight, that's kind of the first thing that's out at Cielo Grande. It was initially. That is now at the Convention Civic Center. So don't go out to Cielo Grande tonight to see the movie. They call it the Intergalactic Cinema Experience. Yeah, don't go out to Cielo Grande tonight. Go to the convention center. That's where you'll find it. Plus the vendors and stuff that are going to be out and about, they're going to be moving them into the convention center too.
Yeah, it's become more of a con now.
Yeah, they're kind of shifting it into the indoors.
And by that I mean convention, not like...
Yeah, Comic-Con.
Yeah. As it was coming out, I was like, you just called it a con. Like, no, not like that. Not like that.
You did the in the know word.
Yeah.
For the lay. It's a comic con. Yes. So, all right. It is 8:18. Let's find out all about that weather. It's not as fresh as my shoes, I'll tell you that.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got low pressure over eastern New Mexico and lots of moist air coming in, so a few showers or thunderstorms will be possible today. Looks like mid-80s. Maybe a shower this evening, partly cloudy overnight with upper 60s, and then rain chances go up tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms likely and mid-80s. For Saturday, scattered showers and 85, maybe a few more showers on Independence Day. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 72 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 84%. Winds currently out of the north at 6 miles per hour. Flash flood watch remains in effect through 6 p.m. this evening. We do have a chance at rain today, though it is not as great as what we've had previously or probably what we got coming up this weekend. But today, they're talking a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. First time I've said this week. Mostly sunny today. High of 84 with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, we also have a 20% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy. Overnight low of 68 with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For your Friday, we are looking at a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly for the afternoon. Mostly sunny, otherwise, though, with a high of 86 and south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. They're saying new rainfall amounts less than a tenth of an inch, except for, higher amounts when thunderstorms roll through. Friday night, we're looking at a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 68, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For your weekend, on Saturday, a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly for the afternoon. Partly cloudy, highs right around 85 expected with northeast winds 5 to 10. Saturday night, a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 69. For your Independence Day on Sunday, there's a 40% chance of showers during the day, mostly sunny with a high of 89. 70% chance of rain Sunday night, mainly after 7, probably in that sweet spot where people are going to want to be firing off fireworks and things. So plan accordingly. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 68. And then Monday, we're looking at a 70% chance of rain, mostly sunny, high of 86 there. All right, it is 8:20. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then Joanne Lopez is going to join us on the other side with Job Corps. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Loveless Healthcare Center is proud to offer pediatric services and is now taking new patients. Loveless offers a full spectrum of pediatric services, including complete well child checkups, immunization, sports physicals, and treatment of illnesses such as the common cold. Know the ones you love most will receive the best pediatric care at Loveless Healthcare Center. To schedule an appointment, call 575-625-3222.
If you have a student who's ready to further their education, think Eastern New Mexico University first. The state of New Mexico, through the Lottery Scholarship Program, will pay 100% of your student's tuition if you are a New Mexico resident. Don't miss out on this great opportunity to further your student's higher education at the only 4-year university on the High Plains. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Explore, experience, excel. Eastern New Mexico University.
Happy birthday, America! It's time to celebrate and save big at the Big O Tires 4th of July event with savings that will have you oohing and eyeing like a giant fireworks show. Just visit your neighborhood Big O Tires now through July 4th and buy 3 tires, get 1 free on select sets of Aspen, Mesa, and Nito tires. And you'll also get a free conventional oil change. So hurry in for buy 3, get 1 free on tires and a free conventional oil change. Now at Big O Tires, the team you trust. See store for details.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than just serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable. Serving part-time lets you attend school full-time while you take advantage of education benefits that can help you graduate debt-free. If a civilian career is your goal, serving part-time allows you to work at a full-time job. The skills, qualities, and contacts you'll develop in the Guard can open doors to a great civilian career. Want to serve but worried about being away from friends and family? Part-time service in the Army National Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want while you enjoy the many benefits of serving your community and nation. You owe it to yourself to learn more about how the Army National Guard can fit into your life. Visit NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming up on the next edition of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show, looks like the Delta variant may not be quite what the media is leading everyone to believe. We'll get updates from experts and more.
Also, the Democrats want all of your statues gone. How dare you have been imperfect in the history of our country based on 21st century standards? We will discuss that more, plus the Bill Cosby fallout. It'll be the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show.
Travis and Sexton are on Roswell's Talk FM weekdays at 10. Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. During your lifetime, you'll produce enough saliva to fill 2 swimming pools. Spit out this bit of information at your next pool party. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us on the phone this morning from Roswell Job Corps, Joanne Lopez is there, and then she's got a couple of others there. I didn't quite catch everybody there. Good morning, guys. How's everybody doing?
We're doing well. How are you?
Good, doing good. Now, Joanne, I caught you there. Who else is joining you there in the room?
Yes, I have David Lawrence and Eton. I can't say her last name, so she'll have to introduce herself.
All right. Well, we'll put her in charge of that. Good morning, guys. How's everybody doing today? Good. Well, I know COVID has really, like everybody else, hamstringed what you guys have been able to do for the last year and a half or so here. But it looks like you guys are getting ready to get back in business and are getting ready to do what Job Corps is supposed to be doing here.
Absolutely. We're hoping to. At this time, we do have students on center that we have brought back in a phased approach.
Okay.
But Eton is our recruiting manager, actually, and she's going to go into more detail as far as the recruiting process as of now.
Okay.
COVID hasn't made that much of it, but.
So talk a little bit about that. What's different right now for you guys as far as terms of recruiting and what people can do through Job Corps right now?
So the main difference that's changed from pre-COVID is that we're not doing tours on campus.
Okay.
So everything is all online. We do all of our paperwork online. We do the interview on the phone, so we don't do any interviews in person unless absolutely necessary. All of our paperwork is electronic, so nobody actually has to physically sign it. It's all just computer.
Okay.
So those are the main things that's changed. But other than that, that's the only thing that's changed. All of our requirements are still the same. All of the trades that we offer are still the same. We are hoping for virtual enrollment starting soon. So all of our students will start virtually for the first 60 days, which isn't really any different than if they were here on center. They would be in a classroom for that period on a computer either way.
Gotcha.
So that really hasn't changed much.
Awesome. Now I probably should have started with this for folks that aren't familiar. I mean, Job Corps is, I think almost everybody's heard of it, maybe not familiar with what goes on there. But yeah, this is an opportunity for young individuals that to get a foundation in whether it's getting their high school diploma or getting one of the other career fields like culinary or construction, or there's quite a few different industries that you can get your trades, get your skills, and then you're really once you go through the program, you're set up really to succeed. You're lined up to get a job and do all the things you need to do to set that foundation for you and your next step in life. And that's what you guys do, is help people do that. And it's that less conventional way where, you got people, some people just don't thrive going to, high school, then to college. Some people just don't. That's not how they learn. That's not how they respond. And so if folks that maybe went that direction and it didn't turn out the cup of tea they wanted, Job Corps is that way that can kind of help say, you know what, we're going to find the ways to help you learn those skills and help you do it in a different way than maybe the traditional college path goes. You know what I mean? You get individuals that, for whatever reason, that those aren't for them. And this can give that foundation. That's, at the end of the day, that's really what you guys do.
Yeah, Mike, that's exactly right. This is Dave Lawrence. I'm the trade manager here at the Job Corps. Been here about 8 years. So you were exactly right. It gives the young person, that 16 to 24-year-old, the opportunity to get a vocation, get a high school, get an equivalency, and become employable, get a driver's license. So there's a lot to offer here at the Job Corps program. And I'll talk a little bit about our trades. I know you mentioned culinary. We actually do not have culinary arts anymore on our center. So let me run down.
Okay, yeah, get the updated list here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we'll make sure Joanne gets that out. We can put that out too. But so we have automotive program still, which is a wonderful program. We have electrical wiring. We have building construction technology. That's like a construction and facility maintenance type trade. We also have CNA, the nursing assisting program, EMT, and we have an office management trade that we run through the local college, so ENMUR. So that's kind of a co-partnership with them. And then we also have protective services, and then we have our painting trade as well. So about 8 trades. And a lot to offer there. We've got excellent instructors. Most of our students here are leaving with good paying jobs, moving, relocating. Some are staying in Roswell to relocate. So just a lot of opportunities. Students do not have to have a high school diploma to qualify. They can come in with a high school or not. And if they don't come in with a high school, we make sure that happens here, again, along with a driver's license. If they do come in with a high school, that's fine. The one thing every student has in common is every student will go through a vocational trade.
Gotcha.
So great opportunities, great place to be. We're full residential. Right now, we have all of our students are living on center. We do have some local kids. We do have local kids or local students that do come to Job Corps, but right now that's still kind of on hold with the whole COVID thing and so forth. But we're looking to hopefully open that up eventually. But
gotcha.
But yeah, a lot of opportunities. Just a great program.
Yeah, it's really it's given these folks life skills and giving them opportunities. And let's face it, we all, especially adults now, we've all, we're kids, teenagers, young adults at one point, and life's tough sometimes, and it's even harder when in the world today with the technology, certainly with COVID and hampering resources for people. So taking advantage of something like Job Corps could be a godsend for some of these, like you said, for these individuals between 16 and 24. It really provides direction. It provides foundation. It really gives them the skills to make that transition into independence and adulthood. And those are skills that, I think sometimes we as a society take for granted, but because some have more access to these things than others, and it's easy to take that for granted. And this is an opportunity to say, you know what, despite your backgrounds, despite what, if you have aspirations to do better, we're going to be here to help you do that. And that's it's a great thing to do. So,
and we are a free program. There is no cost to the student whatsoever. Now, afforded to the students will receive clothing that is for their trade, a uniform, so to speak.
Okay.
Their meals, 3 meals a day, snacks, not entertainment, but after hours, we have a full-size gym. We have a small theater. We have a arts and crafts area. What else, Mr.
A lot of recreation there for them when they're down.
Oh, yeah, we have a lot of recreation. We actually, just that no one knows, but we're the only place in town that has a 18-hole miniature golf course as well.
Oh, you're hiding that jewel, huh?
And that's something that was put together by our students during their trade training. When you come to Center, once everything opens up, of course, we will be inviting guests to Center again, so we can tour them through our wonderful facility. But each time you come in, there's going to be areas that look different because our students use the skills they've learned, and we areas. And so things are always changing. In the back area, we do have a paintball course. We haven't used it recently, of course, but our students built that also.
That's great. So they get a lot of fun. And here's the part about Job Corps I think that's great for the folks that are involved. That's really not on the checklist per se of official things that a student or a person gains from this program, but that it's that ancillary stuff, the camaraderie, the meeting of new people, working in group settings, learning team building skills, learning responsibility. All of that comes probably outside of the classroom in the dorm life side, where they're recreating and have to overcome community service thing or something. There's opportunities for them to get together, work, and overcome, the challenges we all face. Uh-oh, did we lose them? I think we did. Let me try calling them back here. I got to ranting here, and we lost them. So let me see if they get them back on. All right, phone is ringing.
Modern technology, Mike.
I was like, man, I was going on, and I heard a beep, but
I told him he's probably still talking. Don't even know we're not there.
If it wasn't for the beep, I would have.
Yeah, that's kind of what our phones do half the time. That's probably on our side. But you were right, going back to what you said about the exit areas, all that. I mean, it's just that the idea about Job Corps is to get that young person in here, and no matter what they've been through, where they've been, what they haven't done, it's a fresh start. It's an opportunity to do better. And basically, what we want to do is move that student out into their communities, our community, and be employable and be an asset to their areas. And that's what our job is. And that's why the staff here at Job Corps, that's what we work here for. And that's what our gratification is.
Yeah, there's for just my own personal. I served in the Air Force, and so I went through basic and everything, and really that was my growing up time when I learned a lot of these responsibilities. I was kind of I wasn't a bad kid, but I was a dumb kid, and and you do things, but military for me was that, and I say for folks that Job Corps can be that for you, but with less of the yelling and making things into perfect 6-inch squares and all the stuff I had to go through to realize it for me. You guys, I mean, obviously discipline, structure, that's all part of the program, but you guys, it's that, hey, you want to talk, you want to communicate, we're here to make you better on the other side, not worse. So let's get down and figure this out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and it's individualized training for each student. Each student's different, so we take into consideration their needs, and we put a schedule together that is going to benefit them. And they're not the same schedules. Every student has a different schedule as needed to accommodate them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as far as because what I'd like to do, if we can, and I know this is going to be back in the world later, but when we get back to full normalcy here, we'd love to bring some of the Job Corps students in and talk about their career fields and what they've been learning and stuff. I think it'd be a great thing.
In the past, I know we've done that. We've had success that we talked about. And we've taken students on the air. We would love to do that again when the time is right.
Yeah, knock on wood. We'll be there soon. It just got to wait.
So I'm going to have Eton talk a little bit about what the basic qualifications are.
Okay.
And just to let the community know, Job Corps is going to be on the air with Mike the first Thursday of every month through the end of the year. The same time, just to update you. Most of the community know who I am, so I don't want to be the one talking all the time. I'm going to be bringing different staff to the interviews so that they can meet the different staff who do the work. They really just work with the students and inform our students as to how they are.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that's the great part about it is I think people hear Job Corps and they have, I mean, like any other program, you have Big Brothers Big Sisters or CASA. You have great programs that work with youth, but everyone kind of gets a I don't know, and I don't know if stereotype's the right term, but we have a niche in our head on what these people and how they work with, and so I think a lot of people think, well, Job Corps deals with at-risk youth and all that, and I'm like, no. That's not what it's all. It's just finding kids. So yeah, there's some kids that struggled in this area. I mean, it's not like a last chance for bad kids program. That's not what this is about. And I think there's people that have that misconception that Job Corps is a bit of that. I'm like, no, it's a hand up, an opportunity.
Job Corps is their next step to get where they need to be.
Absolutely. And it's so if you're between the ages of 16 and 24, obviously if you're above 18, you're probably doing more of these decision making yourself as an adult. But but if you're as a parent or that's got a student that thinks that this might be the way they benefit, or you yourself graduate from high school and you're saying, I tried the college thing, just didn't work out. I can get minimum wage jobs right now, but I'm really trying to do better than that. Job Corps could be, just because you're 19, it's not too late, certainly, to start planning that path. I mean, there's people that are in their 40s that still haven't figured it out yet. So you're good to go.
Now, I'm going to have Eton once again talk about the basic qualifications for our students.
Okay.
So you're correct. The 16 to 24. The other big thing is low income. So if it's a minor, we go by their parents' income.
Okay.
If they're an adult, then we go by their income. If they're not working or they have any type of public assistance, they automatically qualify.
Okay, perfect.
So don't worry. The other thing is that they cannot be on probation or parole. So that's kind of the stereotype Job Corps has been fighting for years, is that it's for troubled youth, but we actually don't take in most of those troubled youth anymore.
Yeah,
I know when Job Corps started a long time ago, that's what it was.
Sure.
But now it's a qualifier.
Now, just to kind of to give people a little more information there, as long as you're currently not on parole, if you've served and you're done with all that, you're still eligible. Is that correct?
Correct.
Gotcha. So as long as you're not in an active case or serving for an active case, once you've completed that portion, then you can apply for the Job Corps stuff. But
correct. There are very few charges that would prevent somebody from coming to Job Corps after they've completed their probation.
Gotcha.
And for the majority of those charges are major ones. It'd be murder or child abuse, things like that.
Sure.
So
we don't want to hear.
Ones that probably are not going to be seeing daylight before their 24th birthday.
Exactly. Get 18 months of probation. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. And but if you're spinning your wheels, take this opportunity, make the phone call, get online, do some research, go through and read all the different about the vocations and programs that are available through Job Corps. And the thing about it, you heard the list there earlier. There is not one career field on that list that you could not be an asset anywhere in the country. Now, I'd love to have you stay in our area and stuff, but I know young people and you have aspirations to see the world and travel and do things, and you're like, but the skill sets you've got there, nursing, construction, electrical, all those different, those are things that are needed where people live every single place. It's not like a niche thing. So if you can get these skills here and you're like, well, I've always wanted to live in Montana or Florida or something. Well, you can take those skills with you. Now, I'd love to see you use them in our town, but by no means this is so. Whatever your goals, dreams, where you want to end up, Job Corps can give you the confidence, the information, the qualifications to get there. So.
Yes, sir. And as I said, we'll be going on the air with you the first Thursday of every month, I believe is what we have set up, and we will be highlighting different areas of our program.
Okay.
So the community can understand a little bit more about the different types of programs we have, the different areas of our program.
So for right now, what's the best way to kind of reach out to you guys? Is it via phone? Is it via the website or social media? What's probably the best way to get a hold and to talk to you guys about the process, the information, and kind of how to get the ball rolling here?
There are actually a couple options. Anybody who's interested can actually just Google Roswell Job Corps.
Okay.
And you can actually go on our page, and there's a kind of a virtual tour you can take of our center. It has pictures of all of the different areas. There's also a part on there where you can apply online and then automatically send it to one of our admissions counselors.
Okay.
Or you can actually call the phone number that you called. It's my phone number. I'm actually the enrollment and placement manager. So I help them when they first come in, and then we help them get a job towards the end as well.
And that number
so if you don't mind,
is okay if I say the number on the air? Is that okay?
Definitely.
Okay. It is 575-347-7408. Don't call right now because we're using the phone, but give us a few minutes, and we'll let you can call. Because somebody's going, I'm down right now. It's like, hold on, you're going to kick us off again.
Even if people just have questions, maybe they're not sure if that's what they're interested in, they can still give us a call, and we can talk to them and give them the options that we do offer.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a look. Go on. Even if you just do a cursory search of Job Corps online to kind of get a feel of what it's all about, please do that. Arm yourself up with a bunch of questions, and because it's. And to be honest, if you're serious and interested about this, that's going to be the kind of indicators that you're giving to their staff, saying, look, they've really been gung-ho on researching this and kind of have a good plan, because these all the folks at Job Corps are going to go to the nth degree to make sure to help you. But when you meet them halfway, it sure makes it a whole lot easier. So you definitely do some research there.
Mike, and just to let everybody know, I mean, whoever's listening may not have a son or daughter that fit the category, but maybe at the grocery store, the boy that takes their food out, they know that he could use more education and more skills training to advance. Pass the word on to whoever you see that fits the category, because we're there for all the young people that need to upskill, learn skills, and move forward in their life.
And if you're thinking, well, shoot, I don't want to do electronics or this, go do a search on salaries for electricians and all these specialized skills. And that might be like, whoa, I didn't realize it, man. Depending on where you go and what you'd be making six figures easy on some of these jobs.
Oh, easy. And later on in our interviews, we'll be talking a lot more details about placement. And when our students graduate, there's 5 different options that we work with. One, of course, is the military. We have a great partnership with our military branch center, or used to come to center. It's virtual now, and visit with our students and assist them in that pathway.
Absolutely.
That is a full-time job in their trade, advanced college, advanced training.
Yeah. If anybody, I'm telling you right, I don't care who's listening about this. If you join the military, if it's through opportunities here, say yes when they ask you if you want the GI Bill. I don't care if you have no plans ever to go back to college. When they ask you if you want the GI Bill, check yes. You're going to pay, I don't know what it is now, but when I had to pay $1,200, they take $100 out of your first paycheck for the first year. And then after that, you're free and clear. You're in the GI Bill program, and you can do all kinds of stuff with that. So take advantage.
My GI Bill covered my bachelor's, and I still have some left over.
Yeah, it's a great up. So even if you're like, nah, but that $100, trust me, just say yes, because that way, because if you say no, then you're out. If you say yes now, you've got the option for the rest of your life. So.
Wow, that's good information, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah, just a tip when they are in basic, because I know in basic training they hit you with a bunch of stuff, and they're like, all right, here's your GI Bill thing. If you do not want it, check no, check, and I'm like, check yes. So.
Yes, that's on everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Any good? Is there any information that we missed that we want to make sure we got out there, or did we cover it all for now?
Actually, there is one thing.
Yes.
So we went over our trades, but if somebody was really interested in computer technology or something like that we don't offer, we can send them to other trades, other centers.
Yeah, you guys.
If we don't offer it, but another one does, we can still enroll them and send them to those centers.
Gotcha. So
a lot for computer technology.
Yeah, because Job Corps obviously with it's across the country resources and things here, but yeah, you can because certain centers I guess offer certain skills and others just depending on where they're located and what's available in that part of the world, I guess. So
we've got about 123 centers right now, Mike, and our close besides Roswell. We also have there's one in El Paso, and there's also one in Albuquerque that are in our area.
And we're used to those drives. I got family that drive to Albuquerque for lunch. I don't understand it when they do it.
Yeah, there's at least one Job Corps in every state. Many states have more than one, but there is one located in every state.
Good deal. And we're lucky we got 2.
Absolutely.
Technically, El Paso doesn't count, but Very good. Excellent. Well, thank you guys very much. We'll see you next time. Hopefully, maybe next time. Hopefully, we're able to do it in person. But if not, we'll be here on the telly once again.
Absolutely. We appreciate you and all you do for us.
No problem. Take care. Stay dry. Have a great weekend. Get out and see some aliens too if you get a chance this weekend.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a great day.
All right. Take care, guys. Bye. All right, that was the folks from Roswell Job Corps. Big thank you to them for joining. I love this. It's a great program, especially because I get it. I was one of those kids too. I mean, I turned out fine and everything, but I got out, high school and going to college, didn't do well there, and just spinning my wheels. And military for me was that change. I think Job Corps can be that for a lot of other folks, and it doesn't. Because I know, military is not for everybody, and obviously with Job Corps, there's not the commitments. The military, they got you for 4 years or 6 years, depending on what you sign up for. But so it's a little different. But and I would never steer any way away from that either. Sure, I can grumble about things in my military, but I took away a lot more than I feel I gave sometimes. So you'll never hear a complaint from me. All right, it is 8:48. Let's go ahead and pause for local news. We'll also do weather and your town hall business update coming up as well. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. We have a reminder that work continues to replace a city water main in Roswell on West Albuquerque Street between South Main and South Richardson. That project is expected to take a couple of weeks, and the work will be done on weekdays. During the day, crews will be working the eastbound lane of West Albuquerque, so that will be closed. But the westbound lane will stay open during the daytime. Access will be provided to businesses in the affected area. The eastbound lane will be reopened each evening until work begins again the next morning. With the 4th of July being on a Sunday, the City of Roswell will recognize the holiday by closing city administration offices and certain other city facilities on Monday, July 5th. However, certain recreational-related city facilities will remain open on Monday. Meanwhile, some city services will have an adjusted schedule that Monday or through the week. Remaining open on both Sunday and Monday are the Roswell Recreation and Aquatic Center, the Spring River Zoo, and the Roswell Visitor Center. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got low pressure over eastern New Mexico and lots of moist air coming in, so a few showers or thunderstorms will be possible today. Looks like mid-80s. Maybe a shower this evening, partly cloudy overnight with upper 60s, and then rain chances go up tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms likely and mid-80s. For Saturday, scattered showers and 85. Maybe a few more showers on Independence Day. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. The Biden administration is preparing an executive order to improve opportunities for consumers and small businesses by stepping up oversight of sectors of the economy that are dominated by a select few companies. The forthcoming order has yet to be finalized. Wells Fargo is expanding its existing efforts to support diverse and women-owned small businesses by using the talents of a graphic designer and illustrator as the bank's first ever artist in residence. That artist will help to create bold statements to symbolize the perseverance of millions of small business owners through the unprecedented challenges of the pandemic. On Wall Street, the Dow gained 210 points to close at 34,502. The Nasdaq lost 24 to 14,503, and the S&P 500 up 5 to 4,297. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Western Farmers Electric Cooperative is the wholesale power provider for Central Valley Electric. As energy efficiency, environmental standards, and other aspects of the electric utility industry change, it is important that Western Farmers understands the energy needs for today and for the future of CVE residential customers. You can complete this short residential survey at the CVE headquarters in Artesia, on our website, cvecoop.org, on Facebook, on SmartHub, or complete and return the paper copy you received in the mail. Your input is valued and much needed needed.
When was the last time you had to tell your kids to pay attention when you were talking to them? Or even worse, to ask your spouse, please pay attention for just a second. There are times where a lack of attentiveness can create a serious problem. If your attention wanders at a certain moment, it could cost you dearly. It's one thing to drift off while talking to your spouse or doing homework or cleaning the house. However, if we drift off in our Christian life, it can have serious consequence. The writer of Hebrews was writing to a second-generation group of Christians. This group of Christians was struggling with many different issues. The main issue they were struggling with was drifting away. It seems they had quit paying attention to what God wanted them to do and what they had been taught. The writer writes, we must pay more careful attention to what we have heard so that we don't drift away in chapter 2. What about us? Are we paying careful attention to spiritual matters? We talk about the importance of paying attention while driving a car because it might save our life. Isn't paying attention to spiritual matters far more important?
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
The days are filled with the smell of barbecue and the sound of kids playing in the pool. The nights are filled with the flash of fireworks. Yeah, it's tailgate season in Roswell, and here at the Tailgate Nation, we're doing our best to help your family make the most of it. Roswell Ford has the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in southeastern New Mexico, starting at just $5,000. We're talking premium, late model cars, trucks, and SUVs you'll be proud to own and delighted to drive. Each one has passed a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee so you can buy without being shy. Right now, your trade-in has never been worth more, so if you're upside down, this might be the time for you to get right side up again. Or consider selling your current vehicle. Roswell Ford is paying top dollar for good, clean, used cars and trucks. So why not stop by and see what it's worth? It's tailgate season and America calling. Begin your family adventure with a fresh new ride from the Tailgate Nation, Roswell Ford, at the corner of 9th and Main.
Celebrate Liberty this month at LGS Guns and Ammo. Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammunition is also your #1 retailer for Liberty safes. America's #1 producer of heavy-duty gun safes, home safes, fire safes, and more. Right now at LGS, take an additional 15% off the already low prices on all Liberty safes. Models like Presidential, Lincoln, USA, and Centurion. Over 30 in stock and on sale, with delivery available to Roswell, Hobbs, Carlsbad, and everywhere in between. Celebrate Liberty this Independence Day at LGS Guns and Ammo in Hobbs or Roswell and at lgsguns.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The average person spends 6 months of their lifetime waiting for a red light to turn green. Share this information with a police officer that pulls you over the next time you run a red light. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 8:55. Stay tuned. Next hour, we're going to have Pastor Nate Beanoff with Roswell First Church of the Nazarene talking about their July 4th services, featuring guest speaker Colonel Thomas J. Curtis. He's a retired colonel, former POW in North Vietnam for 7.5 years. So we will talk with Pastor Nate here all about that event on Sunday. Hey, sit down. Close your eyes, unless you're driving. Don't do that. Keep driving, but just listen. Imagine, if you will, a perfect backyard patio. Kids are playing. Steaks are on the grill on your new outdoor kitchen. You're relaxing on patio furniture that's completely maintenance-free, and it's under a patio that protects you from the sun by day and rain this week, and opens at night to reveal the beautiful night sky. Now stop imagining that and make it happen. You can do it, and All About Spas and Leisure Living can help turn your backyard into the patio of your dreams. Yeah. Ask them about their Solera patio covers available at All About Spas. With it, you can protect your patio from the intense New Mexico sun. It'll be back. Kind of is this morning, but now it's more humidity. But it'll protect you from the New Mexico sun and create an entire kitchen and dining area for your backyard. Then open it up to reveal a perfect night sky. It's a really great addition for your home. Let All About Spas and Leisure Living help you create, design, and build your perfect outdoor living space so you can go from backyard dreams to backyard reality. And All About Spas and Leisure Living, 3700 North Main here in Roswell. Stop on by. They're located right across from Discount Tire. But those Solaris, they retract and everything, so it's great. So when you want the sun, maybe in the morning, especially if you got plants out there and stuff, you're like, I need sun, get out, close it. But when you're ready to get out there and sip your iced tea or, play some cards or whatever you're going to do out back there and have some fun or play your games and stuff, it's great. All about spas and leisure living. Stop on by. They'll take care of you. Hey, just if you're just tuning in, do want to remind folks, the city of Roswell, they have moved some things around during the UFO festival due to weather. The Saturday night, July 3rd concert featuring Chevel Shepherd, that concert has been moved indoors to the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. The Intergalactic Cinema Experience, those are the movies they're going to be showing each night out at Cielo Grande. They're not going to be showing them out each night at Cielo Grande. They begin tonight, and then they'll be Friday night and Saturday night. All of those movies will be shown at the Roswell Convention Center. The various vendors participating in the festival, they're all going to be moved into the Convention Center as well. Saturday, July 3rd's Alien Golf Tournament that has been canceled. The Alien Chase run, the schedule for Saturday, the race for the runners and walkers, that's all been rescheduled to July 17th. The City of Roswell's 4th of July celebration on Sunday, that's going to take place at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. That free event will feature a concert by Bad Mood Rising, which is a CCR tribute band, Creedence Clearwater Revival for those not in the know, followed by a laser show featuring the entertainment group The Dancing Fire. All of the UFO Festival events will take place at their originally scheduled locations. Updated schedule details can be found at the UFO Festival website, which is ufofestival.com. As far as Main Street Roswell, they're still doing their passport, all this stuff. Haven't heard anything different, rain or shine. That's happening. If you go to ufofestivalroswell.com, you go there, you'll see Main Street Roswell's Alien Fest schedule. The costume contests, Friday night. That's the human one. That's with Main Street Roswell. It's a Friday night this year, not Saturday. Pet costume contest still scheduled Saturday morning out in the Chaves County Courthouse lawn. Again, for updates and information on all of the stuff related to Alien Fest, which again is in conjunction with UFO Festival. It's the Main Street downtown program here. And stuff they're gonna have a passport program. They got live music, dancing, Transformers, all kinds of stuff are gonna be going on up and down the Main Street corridor this weekend. But go to ufofestivalroswell.com for information on the Alien Fest. ufofestival.com for everything related to the UFO Festival here for the city. All right, closing in on 9 o'clock. We'll be back on the other side. Do not go away.
On air and online, this is Roswell's home for talk radio. KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Supreme Court has upheld Arizona's Republican-backed election integrity law. The court, voting 6-3, reversed a lower court ruling in deciding that Arizona's limits on who can return early ballots for another person and its refusal to count ballots that were cast in the wrong precinct are not racially discriminatory.
Justice Samuel Alito wrote for the majority that the state's interest in the integrity of elections justified the measure. In dissent, Justice Elena Kagan wrote that the court was weakening the landmark voting rights law for the second time in 8 years.
Correspondent Jeremy House says in a separate 6-3 ruling, the Supreme Court has struck down California's donor disclosure requirement for charities. The statute required charities to release the names of their donors. Rescue efforts at the site of the partially collapsed Florida condominium building were halted early this morning out of concern about the stability of the remaining structure. Still, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says too soon to abandon hope of finding people alive in the debris.
We believe that continuing searching is something that's very, very important.
President Biden will be touring the disaster area today.
The president will thank first responders, search and rescue teams, and those helping in the aftermath of the condo building collapse. A spokeswoman says he will also offer comfort to the families who have been affected by the disaster. White House officials have coordinated with local authorities to ensure that today's presidential visit doesn't interfere with ongoing search and rescue operations.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has named Congressman Benny Thompson to lead an investigation of the U.S. Capitol riot. Also named to the Select Committee, Wyoming Republican Liz Cheney. Wall Street stocks in positive territory with the Dow up 71 points and NASDAQ ahead 1, the S&P 14 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
When was the last time you watched your home movies? Do you have a VCR anymore? What about a film projector?
With technology constantly changing, most families don't have a way to enjoy their recorded memories, trapped on VHS, camcorder tapes, film reels, and photos.
That's why we created Legacy Box over a decade ago. Legacy Box is an affordable mailed-in kit to have your aging media digitized to DVD, thumb drive, or the cloud. Our trained technicians digitize everything by hand right here in the U.S.
Imagine being able to easily relive weddings, graduations, baby's first steps, and more. Get started future-proofing your memories today so you can gather the whole family together and begin the trip down memory lane. Plus, for a limited time, we're offering 40% off.
Visit legacybox.com/lbox to get an exclusive 40% off. Buy today to take advantage of this incredible offer and send in when you're ready. Go to legacybox.com/lbox to save 40% off. legacybox.com/lbox.
A new statue of Princess Diana being unveiled today at Kensington Palace, the late princess's London home.
Prince William and Prince Harry will unveil the statue in a scaled-back event this afternoon. The Diana, Princess of Wales statue will stand in the sunken garden. The garden layout has been redesigned and replanted to create a calmer and more reflective setting for the statue. The public will be able to view it from tomorrow. The unveiling will be the first time William and Harry have been seen together since the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral. Their own relationship remains strained.
That's the BBC's Daniela Ralph. Australia has weathered the pandemic far better than many other countries, recording just a single coronavirus death since last October. However, its success means that many Australians no rush to get vaccinated, and that could delay the country's return to normalcy. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. It happens thousands of times each year. Federal lawmen try to sneak a peek at the data of Microsoft customers.
That's according to congressional testimony given Wednesday by a senior executive at the technology company. Tom Burt, Microsoft's corporate vice president for customer security and trust, told the House Judiciary Committee that federal law enforcement has been presenting the company with between 2,400 to 3,500 secrecy orders a year. The relationship between law enforcement and big tech has attracted fresh scrutiny in recent weeks, with the revelation that federal prosecutors obtained phone records belonging not only to journalists, but also to members of Congress and their staffers. Keith Peters reporting.
The number of people filing for unemployment continues to decline, falling again last week, now at the lowest level since the pandemic hit last year. Jobless claims dropped 51,000 to 364,000. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number, and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it, flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ, the Javelin, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Chris Chia Pets.
Ah, see. For those watching on video, our sales manager, they want to do some kind of Chia Pet grow-off thing. We haven't fleshed out the details yet, but we're working it. But as you can see in front of Sean, is a Bob Ross brand new inbox Bob Ross cha-cha-cha-chia. A brand new inbox Donald J. Trump cha-cha-cha-chia.
This is actually vintage. I've had this for 4 years and somehow had the ability to resist doing the Chia Trump.
And then to round out the trifecta, a
Chewy.
Chewy, yeah. Although he's got like shoulder, like he's all hair.
Yeah, he's
cheated up.
It's chewy, so you got to imagine he's got to be. But yeah, there's a lot of growth here. Like there's a lot of real estate.
Yeah, yeah.
Chewy.
Chewy's got a lot. Now I have gone down the Bob Ross growing here, and I never got his head to look like that head on that box.
No,
not even close. It kind of grew out and then it died overnight, but. Like up by the hole in his head where you put the water in, nothing would ever grow up there. It just looked like seed head up top there. And yeah, he's all dried out and nasty. By the way, another chia tip for chia-ites. Ooh, even got it looks like a Walking Dead from the back.
I was going to say it's got
it looks like zombies back there.
It's got Frank from Everybody Loves Raymond hair.
Wow. I'm pretty sure Yoda lives back there.
I'm not sure how much of that's hair and how much of it's webbing, but
wow. But
that's what Bob Ross' head looks like today.
If you grow a chia pet, they give you a little plastic tray.
Yes.
That you reside said head in. Here's the problem. Someone didn't do a math equation here because the amount of water that Bob Ross's head holds is more water than that tray holds.
It's also tipped weird.
And it's very porous.
Yeah, because I would imagine once it collects inside of the head, since he's kind of doing the up thing, it's just going to
actually no. It's the other way. That clay is porous. It seeps through the clay, and then actually it resides in the tub. But the problem is, you water it in the morning. By the end of the day, the tub is overflowing with water. Yeah. So don't use the little tray that it comes with. Put it in a bigger tray vessel than because his head holds more water than that tray does.
You know, I feel like because we live in the age of the internet and there is a fan base and a expert fan base for everything. I feel like somewhere online there's chia tips.
I bet there is.
Like I'm sure there's growth tips. I like how he's got kind of a chia comb over thing going on though. You take a little bit of this.
Like if Bob Ross was the crypt keeper, that would be what we got here. Tales from the easel.
Evil little trees.
But so, stay tuned. More to come in the chia world.
Chia realm.
I'd like to get it to look like that. I really want to. I do. It didn't. And then it sprouted, and it just wasn't that full ever in any spot. In no spot it didn't get full. And those stringy things were standing upright. They were all shooting out this way.
You know the guy who frames the hamburgers for the commercials? You think there's the same guy that has he's the chia guy. He comes in and frames a perfect chia pet for the picture.
I think it's
well, he said I've never seen an actual chia pet that looks like the one in the box.
I think it's a chia toupe.
A chia toupee? Toupee.
I think they got little toupees they put on these things, and that's how they take the pictures. That's my guess.
It's not spray on.
Could be
spray on chia hair.
You know what it could be because mine wasn't even that green or that look. They might be cutting astroturf out and fluffing it up and sticking on these heads. I don't know, but I couldn't get mine to grow like that.
I wonder instead of putting the water on the inside, if you should just water the outside, just pour water over
I was doing that too.
Head.
I was spraying it. I would spray it, and I was getting some results there, but not like that. Not like that. No siree. So we'll see. Let me give you the rundown of what we got happening this hour. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a few minutes. Then about 9:15 or so, we're going to be joined in studio here by Pastor Nate Beanoff. He is a pastor over at Roswell First Church of the Nazarene. They want to invite everybody out to their July 4th Sunday service beginning at 10:45. They're going to have special guest speaker Colonel Thomas J. Curtis, retired colonel. He was a POW in North Vietnam for 7.5 years, so he's going to share his story at the service. But Pastor Nate will join us here in just a few. We'll talk all about Sunday and, of course, what else they've got going on at the church and invite folks to come out to be a part of their family. So that'll be coming up in just a few. Later on, we'll get you up to date with local news along with your Sean Hannity update, your town hall business report also later on this hour, and whatever else we can come up with. Before we do any of that, though, let's take a gander at that weather. It's sunny. We do have a slight chance today, but it's sunny, so enjoy that. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got low pressure over eastern New Mexico and lots of moist air coming in, so a few showers or thunderstorms will be possible today. Looks like mid-80s. Maybe a shower this evening, partly cloudy overnight with upper 60s, and then rain chances go.
I guess that's all he had to say about that. All right, I'll take over. I got this. Currently, actually, let me refresh. That's not the freshest. That's the freshest. Currently, 75 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 76%. Winds currently out of the northeast at 3 miles per hour. We do have a flash flood watch in effect through July 1st. Today through 6 p.m. That's because of all the moisture we get. And if we get any more, it makes things just kind of sit around. But we do have a 20% chance at some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. But for the day, mostly sunny. Supposed to reach a high of 84 with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, we're looking at a 20% chance of showers, partly cloudy. Overnight low of 68 with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, we're looking at increased rain chances, a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms. They're saying mainly for the afternoon. They say mostly sunny once again tomorrow, though, with a high of 86. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. They do say if we get rain tomorrow, less than 1/10 of an inch of rain expected, unless we get a thunderstorm moving through the area. Then that'll jump up. Friday night, we're looking at a 60% chance at showers, mainly before midnight, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 68. For your Saturday, a 60% chance of showers for the afternoon, partly cloudy, high around 85. A 40% chance of rain Saturday night, mainly before midnight. Expect an overnight low of around 69. For your Independence Day, there's a 40% chance of rain during the day, mostly sunny, high of 89. Sunday night, there's a 70% chance of rain, so fireworks, that might impact some of that. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 68. And then Monday, which I know a lot of people will be off for the 4th of July holiday on Monday, a 40% chance of rain, mostly sunny, high of 86. All right, it is 9:14. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And then on the other side of the break, we'll have Pastor Nate Beanoff join us from Roswell First Church of the Nazarene. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
The days are filled with the smell of barbecue and the sound of kids playing in the pool. The nights are filled with the flash of fireworks. Yeah, it's tailgate season in Roswell, and here at the Tailgate Nation, we're doing our best to help your family make the most of it. Roswell Ford has the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in southeastern New Mexico, starting at just $5,000. We're talking premium, late-model cars, trucks, and SUVs you'll be proud to own and delighted to drive. Each one has passed a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee so you can buy without being shy. Right now, your trade-in has never been worth more, so if you're upside down, this might be the time for you to get right side up again. Or consider selling your current vehicle. Roswell Ford is paying top dollar for good, clean, used cars and trucks. So why not stop by and see what it's worth? It's tailgate season and America calling. Begin your family adventure with a fresh new ride from the Tailgate Nation, Roswell Ford, at the corner of 9th and Main.
If you have a student who's ready to further their education, think Eastern New Mexico University first. The state of New Mexico, through the Lottery Scholarship Program, will pay 100% of your student's tuition if you are a New Mexico resident. Don't miss out on this great opportunity to further your student's higher education at the only 4-year university on the High Plains. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Explore, experience, excel. Eastern New Mexico University.
This is a nasty little termite. It loves nothing better than to eat your house, your subfloors, your walls, around your windows, and then they swarm around taunting you.
We're eating your house. We're eating your house.
You'd like to kill them, wouldn't you? But you don't want trenches dug around your home, and you don't want holes in your foundation. That's where Dow AgroSciences and the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System come to the rescue. The same system that protects the White House can help protect your house. An authorized operator strategically places Centricon stations around your house and then carefully monitors them for termites. If they're found, a professional inserts bait tube devices. The termites take the bait and they die.
I feel like I'm dying.
Kind of like that, only a lot more effective. In fact, Centricon is proven to eliminate the termite colony. Termites are gone with Centricon. No more colony, no more problem. Visit Centricon.com.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today in Roswell, 623-5344, or anywhere in southeast New Mexico at 877-623-5344.
Coming up on the next edition of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show, looks like the Delta variant may not be quite what the media is leading everyone to believe. We'll get updates from experts and more.
Also, the Democrats want all of your statues gone. How dare you have been imperfect in the history of our country based on 21st century standards. We will discuss that and more, plus the Bill Cosby fallout. It'll be the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show.
Travis and Sexton are on Roswell's Talk FM weekdays at 10. Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A U.S. quarter has 119 grooves on its edge. A dime has one less groove. So by definition, that makes a dime less groovy. Here's Mike Winters.
Science, folks. Look it up. It's 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from Roswell First Church of the Nazarene, Pastor Nate Beanoff with us this morning. Morning, sir. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning. It's good to be here with you.
Well, it's glad to have you come into the studio here and join us for a visit. And glad to see things seem like... I know you had some shoes to fill with Pastor Lasher, but things like everything's going great over at the Nazarene Church, and folks are just doing their thing.
Yeah, I definitely have some big shoes to fill, but I'm excited to be here, and thank you for allowing me to be here.
And I know before we talk about Sunday here, I imagine. Yeah, it's been quite because, like everyone else, you all have been dealing with COVID for the last year and a half here. So you were coming to a relatively new home and then get hit with that right afterwards. I imagine it's been quite learning on the fly a little bit here.
It really has. And in fact, there's some that I'm still getting to know at our own church congregation. So I'm excited.
Yeah, because you haven't seen them because church you can't go for a while there. But now we can all go back and things. But thanks to. We're finally back at a place we can go to church and do things, and I hear we're supposed to open the world up now. I don't know if that's happened yet. I missed the memo whether we did or not, but
that's right.
But on Sunday, you guys are going to have a 4th of July. Don't worry, it's in the morning, so it's not going to mess up your grilling and everything later in the day that you got planned or don't have planned yet. But come on out. You know what? This is what I like is. This is great. You're having an awesome guest speaker that I think to go through what he went through, if God wasn't in his life, he wouldn't be here to tell us about it. I just got that. I don't know his story, but 7.5-year POW in North Vietnam during the Vietnam War. I'm not saying he probably didn't have great experiences during that 7.5 years.
I tell you what, I have heard him speak before, and I am really excited to be able to host him at this event, and I tell you, his story is very compelling.
Was he a pilot or?
He was a pilot, and on September 20th, 1965, he was on a combat search and rescue mission and got shot down.
Okay,
and that was when he became a prisoner of war for 7.5 years.
Wow,
and so that was a long period of time. I believe he was also a prisoner of war with John McCain as well.
Oh, so he may have chewed some dirt with the senator there too, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, and we all know his story and what he went through, and that journey. So you're gonna hear from an individual who had similar, if not exact same experiences that Senator McCain had here. But getting back to that point, it's that's where faith comes in. This is where the proof of faith comes in. Faith's easy to have when everything's kosher and going well and hunky dory. Faith faith is, you turn to it when times are tough, and I'm guessing that's probably the most daunting thing this gentleman's ever had to face in his life. I mean, being a combat pilot, I'm sure he did, or search and rescue pilot, he probably got into some hot and heavy areas, but I'm sure that 7.5 years he spent as a POW changed him forever.
I tell you what, when the rubber meets the road, it really, you're exactly right. It's when you really find out what you're made of.
Yeah.
And this guy, he is great and a very fine man, and I'm excited to hear his story.
Excellent. So, so he was a Vietnam. So he's been kind of doing working as a motivational speaker, Christian. Spreading the word. Has that kind of been his mission since his time there? Or has he been doing other stuff?
Yes and no. He has written a book about his experience.
Okay.
And he's going to have that there.
So you can pick that up and read and purchase. Probably maybe sign if you'd like.
Definitely. So. He'll have that there with him, and his story is just so compelling. He really reminds me of how important it is to remember that God is at work in the world and in our lives, and he cares about what we're doing.
If you don't understand the plan, God does, and that's where faith is. You just got to it's God's plan. You do your part in the plan. That's what you do. And that's. But I don't know if we've mentioned it. I know I mentioned it several times this morning. But the gentleman's name is Colonel Thomas J. Curtis. He's a retired colonel. Obviously, it's been a few years since the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
But like you said, he was a rescue pilot, Vietnam, shot down on a mission. Spent 7.5 years. Think about that. That's a high school career, almost a high school and a so just younger folks. Your whole time in middle school and high school, this guy was sitting in a POW camp.
Yeah, that's not like 24 hours. That's 7.5 years.
Yes.
It's a very long time.
Yes. I mean, you put him into perspective. You've gone through about half of your schooling career, and this gentleman was sitting in a POW camp through that whole time. And I'm guessing he's a young man, being a pilot. He's probably in his 20s at the time that this was going on. I don't know if his family life, but family. I mean, just think of all the things in his life that's not happening in that 7.5 years and that he's away from.
It's a crazy thought to think about that.
Yeah.
It's something else.
It's just to put that in perspective a little bit. So,
well, and he talks about his experience too and what he had to do mentally to get through that period of time.
Yeah.
He didn't know what was going to happen the next day.
Well, you got to prepare yourself. And I've never been in any shape or form or situation, thank God, in that. But my time in the military, things we do have trainings and things when you have to deal with these kinds of scenarios. I would like to think I could do it, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I could do it. I mean, I think they could. At some point, you're going to break. It's 24/7 and I don't know exactly his experiences, but just from stories from others and through documentaries and television and things, you see the lifestyle that these prisoners of war lived in during the Vietnam War, and little tiny cages, mud huts, pitting them against each other to survive. Just gruesome, heinous humanitarian acts that were done on these folks.
Yeah, and sometimes you wonder how they even make it through.
Yeah.
I mean, when you hear his story, you go, wow.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal story.
Yeah, it's a mind game. It really, I mean, you could throw all the physical side out the window, and it doesn't compare to the mental side of that part.
Right.
It is what it is. So, I would love to see everybody come on out. Obviously, it's free, doesn't cost you anything. 10:45 is that when he speaks? Is that when the service starts?
The service begins at that point.
Okay.
We're really celebrating Independence Day.
Yeah,
and what a blessing it really will be to have him as part of our service.
Yeah.
And we're excited about honoring him as well as all those who have fought for our freedom.
Absolutely. Well, he's an awesome reminder of why we celebrate Independence Day. This gentleman and many, many people before him have paid the ultimate sacrifice to, he didn't pay but you know what I mean. They given of themselves to make sure that we can sit here and grill burgers and go to church and shoot off fireworks and do all the things that we love to do as Americans.
Yeah.
These individuals have made sacrifices above and beyond for the greater good of us. And that's what we celebrate God, but we celebrate we celebrate these people that God gave us to help us to get here too.
That's right. Yeah, it's a real blessing to be able to honor people like this and people that have served our country.
In a world where we're getting spotlighted with people with that have needs versus wanting to give, and what I mean by that, I'm not trying to, but we got in a world where we're all about us, and I don't care how it impacts you as long as I'm taken care of. That's a mindset that I think we've kind of adopted in this day and age, and we need more of this in the world to remind folks, no, that's the downfall of us. If we get this mindset, we're not going to have a lot of 4th of Julys left to celebrate, because we're not going to be what we are. We all need to do our part. We all need to, sacrifice a little for the greater good here. All of us need to do that. And I think days like this remind us of that, and gentlemen like this will remind us of that.
Yeah, it's really all about honoring others, and not thinking of ourselves necessarily, but honoring others and thanking them for their service to our country. And it's a blessing to be able to be a part of that.
And by the way, if you're a family looking for a new church home, or maybe you're new to town here, come on down to the First Church of the Nazarene, and maybe make this your first service. Meet some of the family, and meet and see learn more about the different services and different opportunities that you can get closer to God with the First Church of the Nazarene. It's because I know you guys are throughout the year. You're constantly doing events and things. I know probably one of the bigger ones that the Nazarene's known for is your 9/11 first responders. on the 9/11 day, you guys have a big get together, the blessing of the vehicles, and lots of meats and foods eating, and it's just a celebration and a thank you. But you guys do much more than that. But that's just one I think the public kind of, oh yeah, you're the first responder 9/11 guys, like Kiwanis, you're the pancake guys. Everyone knows that's what you guys are.
Yeah, well, I tell you, during this year of COVID, it's been nuts, and I thought to myself, how can I be a part of this community? I'm still learning about this community, and
it makes it a lot harder when you can't go anywhere and meet none of the community.
It was really challenging. But
so they're like, well, I know God. I'm going to learn you guys. I promise.
Well, it's been tough, but I tell you, I'm grateful. I don't like to sit around long. And I got plugged into this community.
Well, I would imagine, knowing the folks that are part of the Nazarene family, they probably welcomed you in with open arms and set you up as best they could to get you kind of settled in and familiar with everybody as much as we could in a world where we couldn't do that. So.
And that was a real blessing, because my family and I were not from New Mexico.
Where are you from originally, just curiosity?
I grew up in Northern California, and my wife grew up in Florida.
Oh, wow.
And we met in Missouri. So
wow, met in the middle.
Yeah.
So you're so like San Francisco area? I'm not too
up actually farther north, up in a little town called city called Orland, Northern California, up above Sacramento.
Now, I don't have a lot of experience in California, but they say Northerns were the normal people. Is that kind of true, or I have no idea?
Well, there's a little bit of crazy in all of us, just saying.
Okay. What part of Florida is your wife from?
She's from Venice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, I'm from Maryland, D.C. area originally. That's why I got all the Washington Capitals and Mexican stuff back
great
here.
Place.
But I ended up here too. But so Missouri, huh? St. Louis, or just?
Well, we met in Joplin, Missouri.
Okay.
So
sorry. Only joke I have about misery is the misery. That's go through misery. It's like going through Kansas. Those are not the best states to travel through. A whole lot of nothing. You think New Mexico's like nothing? I think they mastered nothing.
Oh man!
Give folks a little bit of just kind of a rundown of your service times and everything, and some of I know your Wednesdays. Just talk about things that people can come and do at the church.
Well, we were just actually just got back on our Wednesday nights again. And
open them back up again.
Yeah, we did, and so we're meeting around 6:30.
Okay.
We provide a meal, and then we have a short Bible study.
Nice.
And then on Sundays we have our regular morning worship service at 10:45.
Yeah, and you all are welcome to come and be a part.
Oh, definitely. Everyone is welcome. And one of the things that I've been really thrilled by is just the hospitality of our people. They've been very kind and very hospitable to us, and welcomed us with open arms.
That's awesome.
And that wasn't just us. That they do that with others too.
That's kind of you come in and want to be a part of us, we'll walk you in with open arms.
Yeah.
And we like, and you'll learn more as we're the land of manana. We're procrastinators. You won't get us to commit to anything to the last minute. We're going to fight you tooth and nail on that, but we'll come through at the end there. And generally, when it's time to rally and it's time, that's, I think what it is. We're like, I think we're just, and this may be just humanity in general. I just get the feeling it's like, I ain't gonna worry about that till tomorrow, and then it's like, oh, we got plenty of time, and then the week or whatever the event hits, like, oh, and then we just run around with our hair on fire trying to get it figured out, and that's I think just naturally how we do it here.
Well, in this community, the little that I know of it has just been a real blessing to get to know, and it's taken some time, but I tell you, it's been a thrill to get to know different people in this community and get to know different organizations, and it's been a blessing.
So just a couple personal questions I'm curious about. So do you have, prior to coming here, is this first time being in New Mexico or really spending time in New Mexico?
I never ever dreamt I'd ever live in New Mexico. I didn't have a lifelong dream of being here. This is just where God has brought us.
Okay. Well, now I got to ask you a question that we ask all new people. I got the same grills
when we came.
Me, yeah. So. Have you come to enjoy or be a part of our chilies, our green and red chili love here?
That's new. That's new to me, and I'm learning how to do that.
Okay, so you are in the classes learning and understanding.
Yes,
you got people when you go to the restaurants. Oh, you get this, don't get that.
That's exactly right. They've been very helpful though, and that's been great to be a part of that.
Newbie lessons 101 is dabble in green first before you go red.
Okay,
because generally now you can get some good hot green.
Yeah,
they'll light you up with it, but generally, not always, but generally the red's a little warmer than the green.
Okay.
But they both have great flavors. So
the red and green I thought that was just Christmas, you know, but then I understood it's different than that.
Yeah, you say Christmas is not just a holiday here. That's a style of Mexican food. But it's to me, and this is, and I don't know if you like spicy food or can. I like spicy food. I'm not the punish me spicy food guy. I'm like, oh yeah, no, pour more hot sauce, and I'm not that guy. But I will tell you this: I'm not a fan of Asian spice because it's kind of in your face right away. Where green chili and Mexican spice in general, the whole palate, is that tasty spice where it gives you time to taste it. Now, after about 6 bites into that relleno or menudo or whatever you're eating, your mouth's on fire. But you taste. It's got a chili with a taste. Like jalapenos, I like, but green chili or red chili is way more flavorful than that, in my opinion.
The little experience that I've had with it really has been. And I can't do real hot. My body can't take the heat, But
I would introduce yourself to green chili on non-Mexican things. Like I start with the burger.
Sure.
Get you green chili cheeseburger. That's a great way to kind of introduce yourself because you got some familiarity there. You're like, I know a burger. But the green chili, you think of it and you're like, okay. Now I get it. It with the cheese and the meat and the whatever else you put on that burger, it adds to that flavor.
That's one of the things I love about living in a different place.
It just got shorter.
Living in a different place is you get to start all over again.
Yeah,
and try new things, and I'm not opposed to doing that.
Yeah, you get some really go hit these, especially if you get some weekends now that we're opening the world back up here and things. I hope you get a chance to go out and explore some of our outside of the Roswell area. Go, Lincoln's a great place if you love history. And Billy the Kid.
It is. Yeah.
Ruidoso's beautiful place. They got places to spend money if you want to. They got horses and gambling and stuff. But if the beauty up there is great. Carlsbad, you got to make the trip down there and go see. Go to the mountains. So now hopefully you get a chance to do some of that stuff.
Well, I'm really excited to be able to begin to explore a little bit and get around a little bit and get to learn some of those.
And if you want real New Mexican food, just hit these mom and pop Mexican places.
Oh yeah, those are my favorites.
Those are legit New Mexico cuisine. And what's going to happen is you're going to go to Texas now and have some Mexican food. And you're like,
not the same.
You guys stink. You guys don't know what you're doing. Go back to New Mexico. They really. I was that guy. I grew up Tex-Mex and all that. I came here and like, oh, this is New Mexico cuisine. It's still even different than Mexico. I've been down to Mexico and it's closer. Like New Mexico to me cuisine is closer to Mexican Mexico than Tex-Mex is.
Well, I'm excited
but it's
about
different.
that. And actually, we had a lot of really good Mexican food from where I grew up.
Yeah.
And so I'm really thrilled to be able to get to try all
So
that.
California, up northern, is that still seafood country or is that more south?
No, that's more south.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get more like foods we have here and all this. See, I grew up in Maryland. Crabs, that's a staple. We had every summer you get crabs, and so I'm one of those people that love eating crabs. Most people that aren't born on or bred on that a little bit, they like crab meat. They don't like the work of picking and doing it. So they don't understand it. You sat there for 4 hours picking crabs to eat enough to eat. I'm like, but it's a social thing,
It really is.
Yeah.
And my wife, being from Florida, they had a lot of
they know all
seafood
about the crabs.
Oh,
yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
They do. They know
it's a
all
social
about that.
thing. So, trust me, New Mexicans, you'll love it once you try it. Give it a try. But anyway, please, this Sunday, July 4th, 1045, First Church of Nazarene on Sycamore, 501 North Sycamore. It's over there by Champion Motorsports and that end over by the park that they do.
Enchanted
Hills Park. Thank you. They do the Frisbee golf over there.
It was a lake earlier. So I don't know.
I don't know if they'll be available for disc golf this weekend, but come on out to the beautiful facility there. Again, come see retired Colonel Thomas J. Curtis. He was a POW in Vietnam for 7.5 years, and he's going to share his story, his testimony. And I'm telling you, this is I'm sure what he's going to tell you, it's going to be some stuff you're like, wow, I can't believe that, but it's so inspiring, and because you listen, you're like, what an amazing individual, and you're like, wow, and then you start putting yourself in those shoes. Could I do what this person did? I mean, we all do the same thing here, but I think it's going to give you an appreciation of God more and understand,
definitely.
because at the end of the day, I don't think this man or any other man could have done what he did without God in his corner.
That's right.
And that I'm convinced that it's kind of like I was talking with Tanner earlier, and they were, of course, they're talking about the building collapse in Miami there, and they're still hopeful survivors. And I said I gotta be honest, unless God's in on this one, which I'm sure he is, they're not going, because any person you find alive at this point is a miracle, and there's no other explanation for it at this point. So I hope I'm wrong and we find a few miracles, but we got to be honest, and this is God gives us the strength to get to these moments.
That's right,
and that's what this is. There's a lesson in here is whatever adversity that you're going to have in your life, and you're going to have some. If you don't, you need to buy some lottery, or you're the luckiest person on the planet.
I tell you, I really look at every single person I meet really as a miracle.
Yeah.
I mean, that they're even alive and that they're able to do the things they do. Every person in front of me is a blessing from God.
Yeah.
And so I'm really grateful for that. One of the other things that we haven't really hit is we also have our choir is going to be doing a presentation.
The Roswell Nazarene Choir will be performing as well, and they do a beautiful job of setting the tone and say, "I did. You're right. I undercut the opening act. Sorry about that."
Not at all. Actually, it's
all
really
me
kinda,
because they're very talented individuals, and I don't want to diminish what they do. It's awesome what they do.
And not at all. I'm excited because not a lot of churches have choirs anymore. And it's exciting to me to be able to be a part of that as well.
Yeah.
And to have that as a part of that service as well.
So, hey, I'm just thinking, if you're looking for a church home and you love singing, and like you said, the choirs and things are taking back burners and a lot of services and things now. Come on down, First Church of Nazarene. Always could add a few voices to the choir. So the more the merrier.
Yeah.
And I bet they eat good.
Oh,
I've never met a choir that don't know about eating.
Hey, we do like good food.
That's the beauty of church. You get closer to God and you get fatter in church. I'm sorry, because everything's centered around food, and if you're on a diet, church is not your friend sometimes. But you're gonna need more strength from God. Like, God, please don't let me eat that lasagna that guy brought.
Oh, man.
But it is a great opportunity.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a great day. And I just think, hearing this guy is just going to really be inspiring
Yeah.
and a blessing to everybody that comes.
Yeah, so get there a few minutes early. Services will start at 10:45. Get there a few minutes early to get you a good seat and everything there. If you want to learn more about the church and this event and everything that the church does, you can go online. It's www.ros1naz.org. ros1naz.org is the website, but it's ros1naz.org. And if you don't remember any of that, Google First Church of Nazarene Roswell. It'll pop right up. And Facebook as well. You guys have Facebook. And is that probably the best way to communicate now, or can they call the church office?
They can call the church office, but the online is the best way to communicate.
Gotcha.
Social media is also a way that we're using to live stream our services. That kind of thing as well.
Just if you're on Facebook or whatever, just search in the search bar First Church of the Nazarene Roswell, NM probably. I'm not sure if Georgia has a First Church of the Nazarene. You'll learn that pretty quickly once you're here long enough. There's a Roswell, Georgia, and we get confused with each other. They're probably tired of looking at alien stuff, and we're like, go ahead. And the funny part, it's a quick story. Years ago, I had accidentally followed the Roswell Police Department in Georgia. I had ours followed, but I guess I saw it as a suggestion. I was like, I thought I already liked it, and clicked it, not thinking about it. Then one day I'm going through my wall, and it was during one of the hurricanes or something that was going on there, and they were doing all kinds of alerts. I'm like, why are they giving me alerts to the hurricane? And I was like, this is the Georgia one. I should unfriend that one. But I had it for months. Didn't even think until I got a notice about a hurricane. Wow. And I was like, I'm following the wrong police department.
You're getting all kinds of information. So
do put the NM when you do your searches for First Church of the Nazarene. And of course, come on out 10:45 every Sunday morning. And what time on Wednesdays?
On around 6:30.
Come come hungry because they do a meal, and then but if you'd like to be a part of the Bible study and those are great because let's face it, you trying to read the Bible by yourself, unless you've spent tons of time studying and analyzing it, it can be an intimidating piece of documents to understand and get. And let's face it, being one of the oldest books in the world, it's had a time or two of people going through it and getting their opinions and all of that stuff. So that's why Bible study is great, because now it's like book club. Like you have book club, but it's the whole thing, and you spend a whole time. Hey, we're just going to be talking about this today, but you read it and get an interpretation. Someone else may read it and get a different interpretation, and that's where Bible. And I'm not saying both of you are right or wrong. Sometimes it's just the matter of what you think that message means and how it is, and now obviously if it's telling you bad things, you probably missed the message. But what I mean is, and that's put it this way: there have been scholars that are way smarter than you and me and everybody else put together, that spent their entire lives studying and still didn't come up with all the answers.
That's true.
So
That's exactly true.
Please, it's an intimidating thing. Coming to Bible study is a way to help understand it better together. And it doesn't matter if you're a genius or you're like, I don't know my left from right here. It doesn't matter. We can all get together.
And coming together as a part of a church family is also a big deal. In fact, that's almost a lost art of coming together and being part of a community where you care about each other over and above anything else. You are a part of each other's lives.
Well, and that's and that's why when we look at COVID now, it's so difficult because we are a social creature. That's just what we are. And we all, despite and I'm a lonery type too, but despite the most loner of people, you still need other people to navigate life. You just do. And God teaches us, we're all brothers and sisters. We're all human beings. We all have to share this earth together. We're not going to agree on everything or anything, but we can still be human to each other. We can still be good people to each other despite our differences and disagreements.
Well, and that's something as well that technology really can't replace. That human interaction. We are so grateful for the technology that's out there and available. Because
it's better than nothing.
Oh man, I tell you what a blessing it is to have it. Especially during this past year with COVID.
And I think, to be honest, we're going to come out better after all said and done on this. Because we're going to able to integrate the best of the technology with the best of why we do things in person and all of that, and we'll kind of get that, and it'll take a couple years for us to kind of find the groove for that kind of stuff, I think. But
I really agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
I really think that COVID is going to be a huge blessing to many people. Because
again, it's God's plan. We don't understand it all the time, but we just follow the path. That's what we do. So, and start by coming out this to 4th of July here. I think even if you have a church home and things, I think anytime you get an opportunity to listen to an individual that's done some great things for us and are great. I mean, let's come out, be a part of it. Come listen. It's 10:45. It's free. It's church service. Come on out, celebrate God with us. Hear the Church of the Roswell One Naz Choir. Come on out and enjoy their great music. Maybe be recruited if you want. They're always looking for good singers. And then, of course, come and hear. And like I said, if he's going to have some of his books, if you'd like to purchase, sign the books, all of that. If you hear his story and you're like, oh, that whet my appetite, I would like to hear the more of his story. His book will be there, and hopefully it gives you the motivation and inspiration that it's intended.
Well, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, folks want more information, log to the website, www.ros1naz.org, ros1naz.org. You can also look for First Church of the Nazarene, Roswell NM, on Facebook as well, if you want to go. And the service on Sunday, are they streaming there too, or is that in person? Okay.
Yes, they are live streaming the service.
Okay.
They're doing that on Facebook and
so
YouTube.
if you can't go, then please stream in. However, if you are able and willing, come on out and meet some people. Now, if you don't feel comfortable, fine. Stay home.
Totally.
Separate. Do what you did best for your family.
That's right.
No one's going to give you a gruff about that.
That's right.
But we'd love to have you participate in whatever way you feel comfortable with.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Pastors, anything we missed? Anything we wanted to share that I just got sidetracked on?
I think you've been great, and you've been very thorough, and it's just been a blessing to be able to be a part of
I'm glad
what you're doing here. And it's
well,
good to
now
meet
that the world's open up, come on in from time to time and talk to us and let us know what your congregation's doing and what's going on, and we'd love to have that. And of course, as the world opens up, we'll have more and more events and more opportunities for folks to celebrate God and to become closer to God. So awesome.
That's great.
Well, thank you, sir. We'll see you. We'll see you again soon. And go chili. Go and then you know what else is another good way? Breakfast burritos.
Oh, now you're talking my.
That's where you go get chili and those breakfast burritos. That's the best way to get and I'd introduce yourself to Red. That way. Now, have you been to Blake's Lottaburger yet?
I have.
Okay, have you had their breakfast burritos?
No, I have not.
They go red on theirs. They're really good. They're tasty, but sometimes they'll smack you in the mouth because they got a little heat to them. So
sounds like that's something I got to try.
But they are on point. They do sausage, and they have chicken sandwiches too. I've never tried one because I'm like, why would I? I get the green chili cheeseburger, I get the burrito, but one of these days I'm going to get a chicken sandwich from there.
Well, I tell you what, it's okay to try some new things now and then.
I will do it. It's there's certain places like if you ever go to San Antonio, New Mexico, it's on I-25 if you're going towards Albuquerque there.
Okay.
It's where you get on the interstate if you went that way to go to Albuquerque.
Okay.
They have a little town called San Antonio. It's right there on the interstate. They have 2 bar restaurants. The Owl Bar, and then I can't remember the name of the other one, was right across the street. It's just a dive bar thing, but they have like the best green chili cheeseburgers in the state. And I've been told the one across the street is as good or not better, but I've never gone in there because every time in San Antonio, I'm like, I got to go to the Owl Bar because that's what we do. And they sell steaks and stuff. Never had one. Wouldn't know what it's like because every time I've gone in there, I get the green chili cheeseburger.
Well, you can't go wrong with that. So.
Yeah. So, but if you, and some will argue, but in the conversation is best green chili cheeseburgers in the entire state, the Owl Bar is that place. There's some people argue and say, no, it's this place here, or this, but they're all in that conversation. And to be honest, it depending on the day of the week, I'm like, no, that's the best one, but they're all pretty darn good. So you're good. So I think, and then of course, I'm sure there's plenty of people in the congregation that can help you up with some green chili dishes and recipes.
I tell you what, they've been giving me all kinds of suggestions, and
you're probably tired of it at this point.
Too.
He's probably, all right, I get it. I get green chili. I promise. Just shut up. Well, here in the fall. August time frame.
Yeah.
That's around chili season. They'll start roasting. You go to the grocery stores.
Yeah, I've
and they're-
seen those around the...
and that's the smell of fall here in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And then hit them out there. Grace Farm, if you ever take your family out there, you can go out there to the produce store now, and get great produce. But in the fall, when the green chilies are out and about, it's just what we do here.
Wow,
it's
that's
just part of
really
the thing.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, every place that we've ever lived had certain things that were special, and
Well, hopefully this fall you'll get to see it in its full blossom, and we're not, locked down and everything else.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely been a unique year this past year.
you can't go to a grocery store in August or September without smelling roasting green chilies. It's just you walk by, oh, there they are.
There they are,
Because they're all got their roasters, and they're just going. It's advertising. I mean,
definitely.
You don't need to tell people you got chili. You just fire that sucker up, and people come.
Well, it's good though.
Yes.
It's good though. That's why
all you
people
need.
keep coming back.
That's right. That's all you need. But Pastor, appreciate the visit. We'll let you get back and take care of business here, and have a happy, awesome 4th weekend. And we'll see you again soon.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. It is 9:51. Let us get back over here, Mouse. Let's do this. Let's pause for some news, and then your town hall business update. Quick break as well. We'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. We have a reminder that work continues to replace a city water main in Roswell on West Albuquerque Street between South Main and South Richardson. That project is expected to take a couple of weeks, and the work will be done on weekdays. During the day, crews will be working the eastbound lane of West Albuquerque, so that will be closed. But the westbound lane will stay open during the daytime. Access will be provided to businesses in the affected area. The eastbound lane will be reopened each evening until work begins again the next morning. With the 4th of July being on a Sunday, the City of Roswell will recognize the holiday by closing city administration offices and certain other city facilities on Monday, July 5th. However, certain recreational-related city facilities will remain open on Monday. Meanwhile, some city services will have an adjusted schedule that Monday or through the week. Remaining open on both Sunday and Monday are the Roswell Recreation and Aquatic Center, the Spring River Zoo, and the Roswell Visitor Center. You're off to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Oakland, Democrats defund the police. And guess what's happening in Oakland? Crime rates are going through the roof. They diverted $20 million from law enforcement out there. Crime is more out of control than it's been in decades. Does that surprise anybody? It doesn't surprise me. Does that surprise any of you? It's not funny. You know what? If you can't have confidence that you're safe and secure, and then add to that, they want to take away your right to Second Amendment. Now, my question is, what are you going to do? Who are you going to call? What if, God forbid, somebody breaks into your house and wants to harm you and your family? What are you going to do?
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Sunshine, backyard cookouts, they're back in the forecast. And our friends at Blinds.com, they want you to soak up all of their savings with their special 4th of July spectacular. Now up to 45% off everything. Now, whether you do it yourself or you let them handle the install start to finish, Blinds.com, they make it simple and easy. Just go to Blinds.com today for their 4th of July spectacular. Just visit Blinds.com to shop up to 45% off everything. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got low pressure over eastern New Mexico and lots of moist air coming in, so a few showers or thunderstorms will be possible today. Looks like mid-80s. Maybe a shower this evening, partly cloudy overnight with upper 60s, and then rain chances go up tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms likely and mid-80s. For Saturday, scattered showers and 85. Maybe a few more showers on Independence Day. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Rich Thomason. The number of Americans applying for unemployment aid fell again last week to the lowest level since the pandemic struck last year.
The Labor Department reports that jobless claims dropped by 51,000 to 364,000. Applications for unemployment benefits have fallen more or less steadily since the year began. The rollout of vaccines has sharply reduced new COVID-19 cases, giving consumers the confidence to shop, travel, eat out, and attend public events as the economy recovers.
Correspondent Jeremy House. Growth in U.S. manufacturing slowed slightly last month as supply chain problems persist and businesses are still struggling to find workers. The Institute for Supply Management says its index of manufacturing activity ticked down in June to a reading of 60.6 from 61.2 in May. Modest gains on Wall Street at mid-morning. With business, I'm Rich Thomason.
The days are filled with the smell of barbecue and the sound of kids playing in the pool. The nights are filled with the flash of fireworks. Yeah, it's tailgate season in Roswell, and here at the Tailgate Nation, we're doing our best to help your family make the most of it. Roswell Ford has the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in southeastern New Mexico, starting at just $5,000. We're talking premium, late-model cars, trucks, and SUVs you'll be proud to own and delighted to drive.
Roswell Public
Each one
Library.
has passed a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee so you can buy without being shy. Right now, your trade-in has never been worth more, so if you're upside down, this might be the time for you to get right side up again. Or consider selling your current vehicle. Roswell Ford is paying top dollar for good, clean, used cars and trucks. So why not stop by and see what it's worth? It's tailgate season and America calling. Begin your family adventure with a fresh new ride from the Tailgate Nation, Roswell Ford, at the corner of 9th and Main.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service also allows me to be there for my community in ways others can't. I help my hometown recover after nature strikes. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country and those I care about safe from threats. I also work with a network of professionals that help me succeed. Also, the Army National Guard's education benefits make getting a higher education a reality. Being an Army National Guard soldier makes living and serving in my community more rewarding every day. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The world's oldest chewing gum dates back to at least 5,000 years. After chewing it, they stuck it at the bottom of their desk. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9:59. That's about going to do it for us for today's show. I'll be doing shows tomorrow and Monday. I'm not going to take any time off for shows. I probably won't be doing much after said show tomorrow. But yes, we'll be doing a live show tomorrow. Matter of fact, we're going to have Juanita Jennings join us next tomorrow, talking about the updates for UFO Festival in the 7 o'clock hour. Bill Williams, Chaves County Manager, going to join us in the 8 o'clock hour talking about ICIP stuff. And you're like, what's that? I'll tell you about it tomorrow. So we'll have that and more next tomorrow. If you missed any of our interviews from today, you can always go back, ksvptv.com, go to the Mornings with Mike Winters channel and check that out. We replayed our Healthy Kids interview, which is there right now. We had the folks from Roswell Job Corps join us on the phone in the 8 o'clock hour. Had a great conversation with them about Job Corps and what it's all about and what they're doing right now. And then, of course, just a few minutes ago, we had Pastor Nate Beanoff join us from Roswell First Church of the Nazarene, talking about their event on Sunday, 10:45, with POW Colonel Thomas J. Curtis, the guest speaker at their event there. We got to go. Have a wonderful day. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell.